खेल में दिल से दिल जोड़ आए हैं.
It's map, match, and tournament points for Global Esports. They're one round away.
The biggest Valorant match of their careers so far. Everything on the line. If you want to be seen on the global stage, you've got to win this matchup.
कैसे ये ख्वाब जो मुझको सोने नहीं देते हैं रातों में, आंखें हो खुलियां बंद, चाहिए ट्रॉफी मुझे इन हाथों में.
Yes, no jersey today. Today I'm going to break all the rules.
Yeah, we never
going to
made
just
it this
break all the
far.
rules.
Picked ourselves up now, here we are. We are raised the bar.
सारे रूल तोड़े जाएंगे.
You're about to know just who we are.
No salad, no jersey, no everything.
We bring to this world a new India.
I was saying we'll break all the rules today. No jersey, no salad, no nothing. All the rules.
हम आए हैं यहाँ जीतने जहान, जी फाइट गया ना कोई जहां, हम पहुंचेंगे वहां, जी फाइट बंद थे जो दरवाजे हम तोड़ आए हैं, जी फाइट
Slowly.
में दिल से दिल जोड़ आए हैं. भाइयों के साथ है खड़े हम, अपने हालातों से लड़े हम.
इसका तो वीडियो बनता ही है.
भाइयों के साथ
फिर
खड़े
से
हम,
बजाऊंगा वीडियो के साथ.
हालातों से लड़े
जिसको नहीं
हम.
देखना है,
पहुंचे इस
you can
मुकाम
always
पे
come
अपने
back
हुनर
later.
से फिर
Or
क्यों
not, I
किसी
mean
से
that's
भी
your
डरे
choice.
हम.
किसी को फोर्स नहीं कर रहे.
ख्वाब है ट्रॉफी को मिलके उठाने का, जुनून है ये ख्वाब पूरा कर जाने का, रखेगा याद दुनिया.
I will move now from Spotify to YouTube. Let's go. अभी वीडियो के साथ देखो.
कौन है जो करे मेरा सामना, कर आंखें बंद कर ले तू प्रार्थना. Underdog energy in the house, she fighting, no hiding, believing we Valorant. We bring the fight to the tyrants, born in chaos, need no silence. Watching for the glory, no room for jealousy, we here to build the legacy. भाइयों के साथ है खड़े हम, अपने हालातों से लड़े हम, पहुंचे इस मुकाम पे अपने हुनर से, फिर क्यों किसी से भी डरे हम. भाइयों के साथ है खड़े हम, अपने हालातों से लड़े हम, पहुंचे इस मुकाम पे अपने हुनर से, फिर क्यों किसी से भी डरे हम. जी फाइट हम आए हैं यहाँ जीतने जहान, जी फाइट गया ना कोई जहां, हम पहुंचेंगे वहां, जी फाइट बंद थे जो दरवाजे हम तोड़ आए हैं, जी फाइट खेल ही खेल में दिल से दिल जोड़ आए हैं.
It's map, match, and tournament points for Global Esports. They're one round away.
The biggest Valorant match of their careers so far. Everything on the line. If you want to be seen on the global stage, you've got to win this matchup.
कैसे ये ख्वाब जो मुझको सोने नहीं देते हैं रातों में, आंखें हो खुलियां बंद, चाहिए ट्रॉफी मुझे इन हाथों में. We fight and repeat. Yeah, we getting tougher to beat. Yeah, we never made it this far. Picked ourselves up now, here we are. We are raised the bar. You're about to know just who we are. You're gonna feel the part. We bring to this world a new India. जी फाइट हम आए हैं यहाँ जीतने जहान, जी फाइट गया ना कोई जहां, हम पहुंचेंगे वहां, जी से हम तोड़ आए हैं जी फाइटिंग खेल ही खेल में दिल से दिल जोड़ आए हैं भाइयों के साथ है खड़े हम अपने हालातों से लड़े हम भाइयों के साथ खड़े हम अपने हालातों से लड़े हम पहुंचे इस मुकाम पे अपने हुनर से फिर क्यों किसी से भी डरे हम
By the way, ढोल का पार्ट गैरी एंड मोहित
अब है ट्रॉफी को मिलके उठाने का जुनून है ये ख्वाब पूरा कर जाने का रखेगा याद दुनिया ये नारा ना भूलेगा हर दिल में गूंजेगा जी फाइटिंग जी फाइटिंग हम आए हैं यहाँ जीतने जान जी फाइटिंग गया ना कोई जहाँ हम पहुंचेंगे वहाँ जी फाइटिंग बंद है जो दरवाजे
पहले जीत
हम
जाए।
तोड़ आए हैं जी फाइटिंग खेल ही खेल में दिल से दिल जोड़ आए हैं जी फाइटिंग
नो आई हैव नॉट मेट फेकर एंड पहले जीत जाए हाँ लेट्स गो बैक टू टॉकिंग व्हाट इज अप व्हाट इज अप माय फ्रेंड क्या हाल चाल है जो लोग YouTube पे है यू कैन जंप इन ऑन ट्विच अगर आपको चैट कर रहे हैं एक सेकेंड गैरी को मैप वीटो बता देता हूँ सेक शेयरिंग मैप वीटो Gary share don't show on stream TTY map Vito what's up let's play ranked watch out membership liya sort out centrals thank you so much for the membership on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Yes, Crystal is IGL. I believe he's calling. IGL calling. जो भी है आज जो भी कॉल करे जीतना है बस बाबा एक काम है It's like one of those things. एक काम है Kumar Sujit also thank you so much to you for taking a VIP membership on my YouTube channel. Dark mode on nahi. No. I'm not going to do dark mode. I'm not a dark mode person. Nope. I have switched to light mode. It's been a while. I'm never going to go back. I am going to stick to light mode now. ये सब कॉन्फिडेंशियल चीजें नहीं देखना चाहिए ना चश्मे में रूम सेटअप थोड़ा सा भी काम बाकी है मीन्स आई एम ऑन डार्क मोड बिकॉज ऑफ सनग्लासेस light mode is on my device like even when I was reading Kindle last night like while I was in bed falling asleep I was just catching up on my favorite books I put it in dark mode because the light was too bright and I was like nah went back to light mode और like मैं brightness एकदम कम करके light mode में देखूंगा but dark mode I can't go back to guys sorry नहीं होगा मेरे से I cannot go back to dark mode unfortunately क्या चल रहा है इधर मैच का 14 minutes for the stream to go live okay fine doesn't it hurt eyes शुरुआत में but उसके बाद एक टाइम आदत हो जाए it's damn good it increases your concentration and your retention a lot better ये मेरी theory है it's worked for me like I remember things a lot better it's like pen and paper like white sheet of paper पे you write in black You don't take a black sheet of paper and write in white now. So it's like your mind just reads and retains it better. ऐसा हम लोग see now maybe most of y'all have grew up in the digital world where everything was always digital. I grew up in the pen and paper world. तो मेरे लिए हमेशा white page पे black लिखा गया तो that's how I grew up in school and college. तो मेरे लिए retention is better. So I write like in fact like मेरा iPad हो मेरा e-paper tablet हो I write a lot. I like writing. My handwriting is terrible, but like even here, I have an entire wall here. My studio wall, this is like a 20-foot wall, is just a whiteboard which has everything written because I'm a visual thinker. What's up, Ame? Welcome on YouTube. By the way, जो लोग member नहीं हो YouTube पे अगर chat करना चाहते हो, you can click on the pinned link in the comments and then jump over to Twitch. वहाँ chat करना is absolutely free. Thomas, Ash Gaming, Sinchan, PRX, Sid, Mahir, and Toxic. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to Twitch. Gary leaked map. I'm not going to say it. Okay. Hey, all set for today's match. I love when fans tag us like this, bro. You guys are awesome. Bro, come Discord. Arey. Which one? Which one, Gary? Watch party, come. Come watch party Discord, Gary.
Hello?
Wait. It's going on speaker, wait. Yeah, wait, Ray. It's going to speaker, Ray. Hello?
Can I hear him?
Now I can hear. You can hear? I can't hear you.
Can I hear him?
I can hear. You can hear? I can't hear you.
Wait.
It's all fine now.
Hello?
All good.
Oh, something is wrong. Wait 1 second.
Wait, I can push to
hear
talk.
you.
I can push to talk.
Hello? Hey,
What-
your mic not working, bro.
What was the push to talk button, Gary?
Your mic not working. Whoa, who was subscribed?
Gary, what
who
was your push
last
to talk button?
Subscribe, bro.
Gary-
Sankit.
Gary,
Sankit,
what was your push to talk button?
Valve
Oh
Esports.
god. This guy made me change it. I don't remember it. I'll have to go check it. Wait. bindings, push to talk. किधर है रे push to talk?
जीतेगा जी
अरे कितना
अयो हम
Gary
अरे
बाबू.
Hello?
Arey bro, I didn't know the push to talk key binding you made me change last time, bro.
Oh shit. I forgot to put that also. Wait, I'll put it again.
Wow, I
Wait.
forgot the key binding, bro. I couldn't talk to you only. I was talking to myself. It's okay, now I know.
Okay, I put to talk. Be right back.
Yeah. Okay. जी विनिंग होगा जब हम जीतेंगे. क्यों तोड़ रहे हो भाई? खेल लेने दो ना भाई. आज की गेम हो जाने दो. तोड़ने का मौका तो मिले. देखो दो ही अपॉर्चुनिटी है. या तो जी जीतेगी एंड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन VCT हिस्ट्री ऑफ जी विल गो टू प्लेऑफ्स, और पेपर एक्स फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन VCT हिस्ट्री विल नॉट गो टू प्लेऑफ्स. अगर हारेंगे तो सब गाली देंगे, हमें तो पता ही था, हमने तो बोला ही था, ये कर लेते वो कर लेते डा. And what we will have to do is we will have to make changes, we will have to make adjustments, we will have to do whatever we have to do so that we win in stage 2, because that's all we have to do. हमारे पास literally option नहीं है. Like that's our job.
Hey, did you leak or not, bro? Maps?
I didn't leak. They are saying you leaked. Don't
No,
fall
no,
for
I
it.
didn't leak.
No, don't fall for it.
No, my question is, ये क्या होता है? Last time, every time they come in my chat, people before the game say Rushi Bhai has given leak.
They try to confuse and scam you, bro. You got scammed.
No,
easily.
because I went to your stream and
you
saw
leaked
and then
scrims
you gave leak.
also.
I didn't leak scrims.
I saw
Sorry.
on your stream.
People guessed it and you decided it.
Gary, पटेली नहीं करने का. Don't be that guy, Gary. Gary, people are asking you to sing the GE fighting anthem.
क्या बोला?
People are asking you to sing the GE fighting anthem.
G fighting.
By the way, they don't know that you were in the studio adding a lot of the parts.
Oh yeah.
He was in the
I was
recording
in the
studio,
studio.
guys, when
So,
that was happening.
I went late. I should have gone before. But if I went before, then the song will not come only out. Thank God I didn't go before. So
yeah,
what
I
happened?
put a very hard deadline on him. I was like, bro, you have today. Please make it happen. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
So little changes there. That's okay. That is manageable. There are a lot of changes I want to do, but then like, oh fuck, we have only 24 hours because deadline diya mera bhai.
Mm-hmm.
Then we decided like, oh, that confirmed that producer got angry with me because I made him stay extended hours.
Ha means with the studio we have to pay by studio time.
No, but we didn't pay by studio time, no.
Ha, it was his only
Because
studio.
he only
That's
made
why.
the galti.
But also studio was also his only. No, wait, no. Final recording we had paid for the studio.
But final recording you paid for studio, but not by hours,
Yeah.
no.
Ha.
Mm.
Twitch, YT is better. I mean, you can do on YT or Twitch. That's absolutely your choice. It's absolutely your choice. दोनों में से कोई भी चलेगा.
Hey, Rishi, by the way, I have a
हाँ जी,
challenge
बोलो.
thing going on in my
Oh God, you have
YouTube.
a challenge. Oh God.
Yeah, so what happened? Every month, I have my top 15 watch hours people in the challenge video.
Mm-hmm.
It resets every month. And in that challenge, it can be any game. It can be anything. The top 15 people will win. First place will win 2K VP or INR, whatever. Second place will have 1000 VP or INR. Or third, 500 VP or INR.
हाँ.
For the top 15 viewer hours.
हाँ तो.
So I'll have a challenge video plus I'll have people. I'm trying to promote it in your channel. You fool. तो क्या बोल रहे भाई?
अच्छा. I was like, wait, get to the point, bro. Get to the point.
तो क्या कर रहे? I'm promoting that in your channel. You
Shameless
fucker.
promo कर रहा है. वैसे भी कौन आने वाला है तेरे
Every
channel
month,
पे?
every month.
हाँ, तेरे चैनल पे कौन आने वाला है? तू chill मार. Can you beat Gary in chess? Gary Kasparov? No, Gary Chu, yes. Why our team is not playing Agent Data and Metacomp like Teho, Neon and Yoru? Vatsal, please reach out to him. We have found a new analyst. Everyone wants to know info about head coach. We are talking to people. We are trying and talking to people. Gary, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm doing some workout, bro.
You're doing workout. Why are you doing a workout? You're mad or what?
So every subscriber, I'm doing praying to Riot.
For every subscriber, you're paying to Riot.
Yeah, I'm praying.
Praying.
If you watch my stream, you'll understand.
No, I'm not watching your stream. Sorry.
This, you know that we got that Riot gun buddy in that stand. I put it in top of my chair and do rangoli and praying in circles.
Oh God. Okay. Bye. Have fun. Cosmic, yes, I am a doctor by profession. You didn't do anything nice when I gifted you 20 members, so why should I do anything?
I did not. Extraordinary. I stood on top of you.
Oh no, for other people you did like what works. Pata nahi what all you did.
I would fall down and broke my head, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, so you be careful. Don't break my assets. Huh?
When did I belong to you, bro?
What? I don't know. You didn't say that. What do you want, bro?
Bro, this fellow is taking souls.
Okay, bro?
Taking souls, giving names.
What, you want to join Soul?
View आएगा तो.
हाँ, JD क्या?
JD. Why, bro? JD, bro.
Arey, you only said you want to join Soul with JD. What I said? I didn't say anything.
Hey guys, one scheme I will do.
Hey, wait. I have a very important comment. I swear if you guys somehow remove Patrick, I'll absolutely hate it. We never stick with the team. We always make new players get comfortable in our team, then leave and play better for other teams. Don't let Patrick go. Please.
Yeah, I don't think so. He had this much enthusiasm also.
I swear, bro. I could hear it, bro. I could hear it. I felt it in my bone. It's like ekdam dil se. Neat aspirants also don't put so much effort into that love. I'm not making fun of you. I am just telling you like I love it.
Wait, you're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to my chat, but like
Acha.
I wanted you also to hear.
Stupid.
Oh god, now my chat is spamming that.
Okay, tell me,
God.
what do you think about the first
This is
pick,
now
bro?
a copy pasta. What have you done, Shrix? What have you done? Wait, Shrix. I'm going to open YouTube chat. Spam this on YouTube chat. The YouTube guys will have no idea what just happened. Wait. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, you know what to do. YouTube. What's up, YouTube? क्या हाल चाल? Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. We will win today. Can we watch Pacific this week on stream? In 2 minutes, the stream will only begin, so I'm just going to switch to the stream. Pacific this week, बाद में देख सकते हैं. Shubham, I rise from the ashes. I'm Rizman, Bibushan, Sukh Jasal, Kula Soesvi. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch and welcome to the stream.
Hello?
Yes, Gary.
What do you think about the first map we picked, bro?
I think about the first map we pick.
Who's you seen the movie Glass?
Yes, I saw Glass.
You saw the movie Glass?
I saw the movie Glass.
In his as his character.
Oh God, I don't like where this is going. Let's move on. I think our map picks are good. I think everything is lined up in our favor. If we don't win, it's absolutely on us.
Bro, if we don't win only, it's always on us. What do you mean?
Obviously. If we lose, it's on us only. What, someone else is going to play for us or what?
Yeah, it's me, the new 7th.
Okay, bro. Okay, wait, I'm gonna like go disable YouTube chat and come PRB. Okay, wait, let's make YouTube members only again. Let's go back to YouTube being members only. All the chatters can come to Twitch. All the chatters can come to Twitch. What's up, Twitchers? How long do we have? 16 seconds before the stream goes live. Wow. 16 seconds. 16 seconds. Wait, Baba, wait. Wait, Baba, wait. Okay. Let's go.
Hi guys, it's Bella. It's me.
Hi,
with the
Bella,
show
it's
again,
guys.
and I heard that there was a very special guest that will be joining me. I
Oh,
think he's on the left, so let's find out
Tens
who
in the
he
house.
is.
Tens in the
Oh my God.
house.
Tens, what are you doing here? Come on.
He's here especially for G versus Paper X.
Tens, what are you doing here in Pacific, in Korea?
So I'm actually here, I'm with Pulsar and I was filming some exciting stuff regarding my new mouse with them, so that's why I'm here.
Well, now,
I need a coffee
speaking of
reload,
this,
guys.
In Pacific, do you have anyone that you would like to specially gift this to?
Honestly,
I'm
I'd
glad
probably
I have
say
a spare one
still my
right here.
favorite team in my heart, Paper X.
Okay.
Cheers.
Anyone in particular, though? Or are you going to give it to all of them?
All of them. They're all insane.
All right. And this isn't your first time in Korea, right?
Yeah, so I was here, this is my third
Switching
time
to 10
actually.
stream,
I
bye.
was here previously for Champion Soul.
I'll also
So
join
yeah.
you sometime.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh wow,
And-
Centrals. Thank you
well,
for keeping
I
the
feel like
spam
everyone
up
knows the
even
answer.
on members
Who's your
only.
favorite Pacific team?
Nice.
Paper
guy.
X.
And who's going to win the first match against GE?
Paper X.
All right. We'll
G
see
fighting!
what happens. Thank you.
Chalega, it's okay, bro. I would also support PRX if I was him, bro.
Welcome to
Jeetna
VALORANT
padega.
Champions
If we
Tour
win,
Pacific Stage
imagine
1.
everyone.
It's the final weekend for groups, and we're going to find out who's going to be going off to playoffs. I'm your host, Victoria.
Imagine
Jumping into it, of
every
course,
single
I'm with
person
the
cheering for
Mitski,
PRX and then
but
we
I'm
go and
also
win.
with a special guest. You saw him just now. It's probably one of the greatest
Imagine.
VALORANT players of all time. The guy that made a lot of us hooked
Just
onto
imagine.
VCT, myself included. It's the one and only Tyson Tens. Welcome. How's your
Just
tour
imagine.
trip in Korea?
Yeah.
What you been doing?
Thank
Now we'll
you.
do it.
I've just been chilling. I mean, it's a pretty short trip that I have booked out, but I've been having tons of fun in Korea. I'm really excited for today's matches.
Okay, I've
So,
reduced the
yeah.
volume a
Yeah,
little.
cool. Actually, I feel like you kind
So
of
I can also
belong
talk.
with us also with your, Vietnamese heritage here. Do you want to shout out to? We have one Vietnamese.
ठीक है ना,
player
volume is fine,
in
guys.
all of this.
You
Crazy
can
guy.
hear,
Oh,
you
Crazy
can
Guy's still playing. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
audio,
yeah.
video,
I mean, shout out
everything.
Crazy
Let
Guy.
me know in chat if
Yeah.
audio,
Yeah,
everything
Top of
is
the
fine.
group. You know, they win this week. He's doing well.
I mean, you guys are free to support PRX.
Have you been keeping up with all the teams
You
here in
guys
Pacific?
are
and,
100% free
maybe,
to support PRX.
any thoughts
Everyone
on
else
your
is, that's
rivals?
absolutely
You saw
fine.
DRX, Gen G, PRX,
We have to win.
on the global stage.
Only then.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up to date too much, but just in general, like I know APAC's always really fun to watch. It was really exciting seeing T1 win at Masters Bangkok, and their exciting metas. I think APAC has a lot more diversity in Asian compositions. compared to,
PRX
like,
owner is
Americas.
Indian, yes.
So all
Not
the
just
matches are
Indian,
really
he's
fun to
Sindhi.
watch.
Oh, they are fun to
Sindhi
watch.
Indian.
In fact, we're going to pull up the Pulsar Flick of the Week, and because we have so many cool flicks, we always feature more than one. So let's roll that here, and Big Ski, I mean, you guys are here for all of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's always like a nice highlight
Chapat.
of the week. As you know, as you just mentioned, the mechanical skill in this region is insane. So it's always fun to watch it all
Dude.
back because every week there's crazy shots. Like, what is that?
Yeah, especially in this meta.
Pacific is cracked.
You just got waylays
APAC
and
really
neons,
stands for all players are
going
cracked. Like, y'all don't
absolutely
realize how
everywhere, so you need
good
the
some
top
of these
tier
players are.
peripherals. We've seen some of the pros here, they've had the Pulsar mouse out. I remember Jesse
When they
Nash, he
play
like
against each other, जब practice करते हैं ना, तभी पता चलता
classic
है.
like 1v4 or something
APAC
like that.
is
He kisses,
insane.
he holds up his Pulsar mouse after he's like, this thing
And
is
the good
murdered.
thing about APAC is that you
Yeah, I've heard
also
a
have
few
China
things about
right
that.
here.
This
So
moment
two
with the
regions get to
Kame team
practice
was
with
also
each other.
Insane way to end the weekend.
I can't believe we won that round for them. That was we were shouting in the green room. Couldn't believe
Unreal.
what I was watching.
Did you manage to see that, or maybe you were on the airplane?
What's up,
I
Danny?
think I was
What's up,
sleeping.
Domo?
On the airplane, yeah, probably.
That's fair, actually. The time zone is different. Okay, we're talking about Pulsar mice, and you've got a mouse. And if we look at Dan here in his backpack,
Oh,
Ooh.
we got a special mouse here. So I'm gonna give this to you.
Dude,
Maybe you can
Pulsar
unbox
10's
it for
mouse,
everyone.
Pulsar
Now,
PRX
I've
mouse,
heard
ये
you
क्या है,
say
bro?
on your content that your mouse
By
is
the way,
a cheat. I don't
my
know
mouse.
how Riot feels about that, but can you tell us about your design philosophy? Like, what's up with your mouse?
It may or may not have aimbot. I mean, depends on the
Built
user.
in.
But just in general, I was trying to build something that's just like really good to use, something that has like a locked-in feeling. And I think when I was designing this mouse, that's what I was going for.
Now, this isn't like the other Pulsar builds, right? You didn't kind of just like pick from the stock standard ones. You helped design this. What were some of the features that you
Yeah,
that are input?
So the main thing is like shape mainly. So this shape is not a Pulsar shape. It was actually a shape that was designed by me and the rest of my team. Later, then when we collaborated with Pulsar, we basically gave them like the blueprints of like how to create the mouse, and then so they created it.
What are
Nice.
some of the features that are really special to you in this?
Mainly the
खरीदो,
shape. I think
खरीदो
the shape
जाके.
and like the balanced weight. I think it's really good for just tactical shooters in general, where you rely more on the precision and accuracy more than just like speed.
From these two, which one do you think
We're
is
kind of in,
better?
like, the golden
Which
era
one do you
of
all
peripherals.
think
Like, we've gone through like the dark age of
feels or
peripherals
looks
where
better
there
from
was,
these two?
Like you didn't have much choice, but
This
is
is the
this like a
WL
personal
Beast
preference of
Mini,
your shape, or did you try to make
and
something
this
that's
is
gonna
the
be, like,
Razer
usable by
Viper Mini
everybody?
Signature
'Cause
Edition.
I've held it already, and I feel like it's like a little bit ampy, but not too
The
much.
white
and it's a
one?
little
So
on the
this
smaller
is like the
side, so
limited
did
edition
you try to make
Mercury
something
Razer
for,
Viper
like,
Signature
some
Edition,
everyone can use, or
the
something
mini
you
one.
personally prefer?
So
I have
made it
the
mainly
Cobra over here
from,
as well.
just
This is
trying to
charging.
design
This
it
I
for, like,
use.
my mouse.
This is like my
So
wireless
used
mouse
by
that I
me.
use.
But I think I
But-
accidentally made it like pretty usable for most script styles, especially people that like having that presence in the palm for a mouse. So that's kind of yeah.
This Viper
Yeah,
was
cool. You did
Vatsal
mention
reached
that
out to
you
the social
shared
media
some brand
manager
ideals and,
of
like,
Razer
philosophies or values
and
with
got
Pulsar.
this special
What was that
edition
then? That's why I was such a
from
surprise.
them.
What were some of
बहुत
those?
जुगाड़ लगा
I think
के
just
and
in
Vatsal
general, like,
Rahul,
Pulsar as a company is
Mohit,
just there to
Gary,
help pro
JD,
players. I think
they
that's, like,
all
something
gifted
that's
it to
really
me
important to
as
and
my
they
birthday gift.
understand, like, They go pretty in depth.
That's
into,
why
like,
for me this is
peripherals and,
thoda
just
special.
overall accessories to help pro gamers.
Okay, well, great.
Okay, I will say this again because these guys were talking all over. एक second, ये वाली story मैं अच्छी तरह सुना सकता हूँ. ये वाला, this is the Razer Viper Mini Signature Edition. बहुत bright है. But this mouse, Vatsal reached out to the social media manager of Razer Korea and बहुत जुगाड़ करके source करके limited edition, because I think there are only 1337 of these. बहुत जुगाड़ करके Vatsal, Rahul, Mohit, Gary, JD, they all got together and got this for me as my birthday gift. So this one is a little special. But this is what I was using before that. This is what I was using, but this is what I switched to now. Yeah. And as I was showing earlier, this Razer Cobra Mercury Edition wireless, this is what I just keep and carry in my backpack with me. That's a portable mouse.
Looks very good.
Okay, my mouse reviews ho gaya, I'm going back.
Precision that makes
Where is
a
it?
beautiful
Where is it?
pulsar mouse.
Much better.
There's a very steady hand.
gonna
Have you
view
thought about being a
What?
surgeon?
Wait, why is Big Ten signed by
Maybe.
tens?
Surgical accuracy, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right, that looks really good. We're just going to keep that on for the rest of the broadcast.
Oh,
The makeup
damn.
team might hate me, but they got to deal with it. They got to go around that from now on.
It looks good. I want to ask you, Tens, as a former duelist turned smokes player, what's the challenge, or how do you stay as consistent as you are? Because we're seeing a lot of that happening.
Discord. Hey bro, I forgot I was on Discord. Hello.
I think
Oh,
the
damn, you're on
duelist to
Discord.
controller pipeline.
I keep forgetting, bro.
Because the duelist player normally has
Oh
to be,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
really
I also forget.
aggressive,
It's okay. I was
but,
very
you
busy
don't
in my
really get
chat.
all the
I'm just
opportunities
hanging out and
Yeah,
chilling with the
Insta.
boys.
There's a little bit
कितना पैसा
a lot of
देना है teams
utility on your screen
को
that you can die
जी
to.
support करने के लिए?
So
कुछ भी नहीं. हम लोग let him support
PRX
PRX and then we win and make him look
and then
stupid.
also I was able to
Nice.
bring my like aggressive capabilities
I like
of being
this.
a duelist
I like this
into
team.
that and kind of like pop off there. I think I had more opportunity.
I would
to
really
have,
like for
just
everyone to
X-Factor
support
plays
PRX.
compared to
So when we
duelists,
win,
where
we
I'd be
prove
going
everyone
in,
wrong.
I might get one and die.
All the
or I
Valorant
might,
experts.
just die in general.
All right. So
Or we lose and then we look like
Omen
morons.
on
Okay, bye.
Sunset was literally the way that we brainwashed our
That's also a possibility. Let's not talk about that till we lose. Let's talk about us winning.
play retake on elbow and one tap someone when they're coming up,
Yep.
you know, main and things like that, you know, and it worked.
Rahul, thank you so much for the subscription. Twitch पे बहुत ज़्यादा रह रहा है. I like it. अभी gift भी कर दे. I like it.
or not pretend for some of us. So we want you to play this game with us. You have to pick, there are 5 roles, obviously, and you can only,
Today, PRX will lose.
you can't have like 2 PRX players or
Got it.
5,
Got it.
for example. So they're all out in front of you now.
We can help you find them.
We can help you.
And the point is to build an all-star team, and the team that has the total amount of, like, highest amount of kills together is the winner. So you want to pick based on who
So
are
these are all the stacks of the teams. They're all
Oof.
stacked up.
Let's
on their
see.
roster, each player.
Oh my
So
gosh,
this is
it's
every player.
all
This
the
is every
teams.
player. This is overwhelming, but just like it, you know, some names, some ideas.
Yeah, some
and
players
we
you
can help
definitely
you
want
find
on your
them.
team.
Yeah, you played against some good APAC players.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Shout them out.
Wow.
Okay. Well, for one, we have to have Mako on
Oh,
smokes.
absolutely.
That's just-
Absolutely.
Excellent choice.
That's an
Fantastic
underrated
choice.
pick at the moment. That's
Very
definitely an underrated pick at the
versatile.
moment.
All right, there you go.
What do you guys think? Gary, what do you think? Who's the best smokes player right now besides Mako? Besides Mako.
Besides who?
Mako.
Papi, bro.
Okay. I'm not talking about in scrims. I'm talking about on stage.
Bro, I 10 pick at least one for my team, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, bro. He's not watching our scrims. He's watching matches on stage.
When you're trying to play again.
I would say DOS9 right now is looking very good.
Forsaken on flex.
The second on
Dosai.
flex, that's
Yeah.
popular. As well
It's
today.
a very solid.
Do you have the
pick.
second on flex?
I do.
Yeah, you
How
can't
can you
not.
not?
There we go.
He's the flex.
Okay.
Beautiful.
A duelist in the
Have you ever been on the casting desk before? Yes, I have been. I've been interviewed also. I've been on stage, behind stage. It's not fun when you're losing. It's a lot better when you win. So,
Duelist. Wait, texture still on Genji?
Yeah.
Oh, texture on Duelist.
Yeah.
texture
You
on
can get
duelist.
texture on
याद आ गया
He
उसको.
definitely gave you guys a hard time last year in Masters for sure.
Oh yeah. No,
Chalo,
he
we're not going
definitely
up
was
there.
giving me.
Did
a
you
hard
Okay,
time
bye.
Did
because-
you ever hear him laughing after he just, you know, got a multi-frag,
He's a
like
loud
through
guy.
the
Oh,
noise
no.
cancellation?
No, but I could feel the aura of like him just being happy and us being sad. Like it's
Yeah.
the two sides of the coin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, last one, an initiator player. Who stands out to you in their role?
Or you could, you know, they don't have to be. They could be someone you think could be a good initiator.
Oh,
Bro, what?
that is
Why is
true.
Genki
So
there?
you're allowed to get creative.
They basically
people to
10th
be
is coming
unhappy.
now, so they said pick
They
anything,
want to play.
anything, any team.
He's going to pick
decide
one
this.
of his friends, bro. What the hell?
No, he's going to pick like whoever he knows, and that's fine. It's 10s. That's why he's here, bro. Let him do what he does, bro.
Can't pick from the teams that are like I already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Who are you
Okay.
thinking? Talk us
I
G,
suppose
G.
you can.
I think freeing was insane at Teo, so I probably will do that.
Wonderful
Nice.
choice.
Oh, you have
Boom.
2
Good pick,
DRX.
good pick.
That's fine.
Oh, I
Let's
do.
do it.
No, wait, no, I have to. See, this
That's
is why
not
it's
fine,
hard.
bro.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Change
They make us
it.
do this every day. It's near impossible.
Who is RRQ's initiator? 'Cause-
Cushy. He's like
Cushy.
a
You
rookie.
rookie.
He's like a
Cushy.
real rookie.
He is
really
very.
good.
I would recommend watching some Cushy VODs if you haven't. The guy is
this
a
guy's
pure
cracked.
demon. I think
Because-
that's a wonderful choice.
Because RRQ is
He
currently
is.
dominating, so
They are.
yeah, I just have to use facts here.
All
Good pick.
right. Now,
Data पे बनाया है
we do
team
need to
भाई
get
ने.
on the show. This is a pretty solid
He's made a team on data purely.
races if this was a real team. Now, I do want to ask you one
What?
that keeps coming up over and over again. If you could join any Pacific team for a whole season to win it
T1.
all, which team
G
would you
Fighting.
join?
Paper X.
It'd be
Paper X,
All right.
damn.
You think you'd be getting a
banda.
trophy if you join? Who would you replace?
Honestly, I think the real trophy is like the happiness, the memories.
Oh,
we
the
made
real
along
trophy is the
way.
friends he made
That's
along
what
the
it is.
way.
So
Alright.
you've picked the only team that doesn't need a duelist.
Gone.
Another duelist on the
Damn.
team. Okay. Nice.
I'm mad
Alright.
right now.
Well, anyway,
okay,
that's all
bro.
we have time for
Let's win now, bro.
our venue. So I think
Shuru
people
se
can
mad ho
tune
gaya, bhai.
into your stream to watch. And yeah, any words for your fans here in Pacific before I send you off?
Ah,
Appreciate the support.
हम
Let's watch some
होंगे
good matches here.
कामयाब,
Alright.
हम
Thank
होंगे
you.
कामयाब, हम
Thank you.
होंगे कामयाब
Welcome.
आज के दिन.
Yeah, so you can hear.
ओ मन
Just-
में है विश्वास,
Oh, control of
पूरा
Puppy.
है विश्वास,
Udo?
जब
No,
होंगे
go. I'm keeping the mouse.
कामयाब
That's all.
एक
Like, that's
दिन.
my mouse now. Anyway, here is our build diff
Flex is
roster that we have
for
picked.
Victoria is,
I
for
was
second.
this close to
Puppy
picking
is their
Premi,
controller for Mika.
Producer knows that I've like
Victoria
been back and forth.
has
Talk
Crystal
me
as
through your roster
initiator.
real quick. Who are the highlights? Who are the
Big
ones
Time
that
has
you were debating?
Sentinel as
Gary,
Rubicon.
this is not your
My team
place
is
to
five
poach
highlights.
players.
Everybody's standing out on my
What?
team.
I'm
I
not
took
poaching
some
any
risks
players, bro.
here.
What-
Maybe
what are
they'll
you-
play
what?
duelist. Maybe I'll lose.
Don't play fantasy sports here.
Bro, is it in here?
That's
See the
what's going
stream,
on.
bro. Build different
I'm
roster.
watching stream only, bro.
Get the
I mean, they're
total
making
that
this
Morgan's
roster, not
lost
me, bro.
points-wise by the end of today.
You're getting ideas. I can hear your thoughts. They're very loud. I can hear your thoughts. They're very loud, Gary.
My
Like all the way
Korean
from
roster-
Mira Road to here, I can get it.
Seriously.
I'm
My all
imbued with
Korean
power.
roster, I will fulfill it one day.
Just to remind you guys the rules
Go win
and
challengers.
why his picks were so
Hey, wait,
crazy.
Rossi was supposed to
If
come.
any
Wait, Rossi, you
non-duelist
coming, huh?
role ends up playing
You
a
wanna
duelist,
come
it's
discuss?
-5
Me,
points
Russi,
per match,
you-
per player.
we can,
so that is
watch
some
party
risky
together.
Plays. I am never
And then
been
if
used
we,
to
when I'm in a bad mood,
Call
you
Rossi,
Alright,
call
Now
Rossi.
let's talk about things you could spend on if you end up winning it all. Which we're not winning money, but we're winning a laptop, a really nice laptop. You guys can now buy the Ascension bundles. They are in the stores. Which one are you guys buying? Or which one have you already bought?
I have already bought the Boom bundle after Boom's success, but to be honest, I'm tempted by Nongship. I think if Nongship make it, I'd buy their bundle as well.
Oh, that's
One
all
match
right.
and we go
I mean,
playoffs.
Boom is
One match.
going undefeated so far. I think it's a pretty great bundle to invest in. Pilski, what are you making of the standings right now? We're going to be finalizing who's going to be going.
Come
to
on,
playoffs.
guys.
Yeah, you can see Group of May get a little bit more up in the air. Got a couple of make or break matches over there, but even just
Gary
looking
is not in
here,
Mirror
right
Road.
at the
I'm
start
somewhere
of day
else.
13 here
Gary
Group
is in
Alpha,
China,
this will
Chennai.
decide who's going
Chandni
to be that
Chowk.
fourth team advancing into.
One of the three. What happened? Rossi ran away. You scared him.
I don't know where you went.
Okay.
Very familiar. We saw a lot in 2020.
Let's go, boys.
Lucky hoodie. How lucky are they going to be today? This is a little bit crazy that Paper X is one of the two teams who are fighting for that final spot in playoff.
I mean, who
By the way, all those people that are on YouTube and want to chat, aajao Twitch pe. You can chat on Twitch, absolutely free. If you want to chat on YouTube, you have to be a member. I'm just like more on Twitch, like thoda Twitch ka scene hai. So just feel free to join in on Twitch.
Still very possible for them
Let's
to make playoffs. It all
go.
comes down to today's performance.
Yeah, absolutely. And Patman is the newest addition to this roster, which hasn't changed for a very long time, but he's shown a lot of promise. This player, Patman, is familiar with a lot of the GE players back in the Philippines.
Hello, 11. Welcome to the stream. Today we win.
For all three players.
I rise from the ashes. नहीं भूलूंगा.
Get into tier 1, you see some
Hey,
of the homies
hey,
and you're
Mohit
like,
bhai,
yes,
hey,
we all
Mohit
made it,
bhai.
boys, but then you
Hey,
have
Mohit
to
bhai, hey, new
go
haircut.
out
Hey,
and your friend's
Hey, Mohit bhai,
career
hey, new
is
haircut.
over.
Hey, you don't turn. Hey, bhai. Hey, अपने भाई लोग. Hey, Darion. Oh, hey.
Yeah, there's
Hey, Kelly.
broken.
Hey.
But GE undeniably
Crystal,
going to be the
hey.
underdogs here against
Hey, क्या हो
PRX
रहा है
in
भाई
this
इधर?
matchup.
Hey, papi,
They've
hey.
upped
एक
their
hype मत
performances
कर
as
भाई.
of late. They've only taken a win over DFM, who have kind of struggled so far. In fact, they beat DFM a lot easier than PRX beat DFM. DFM was in demon mode last week, so we'll see how this matchup is going to end up going.
Bro, ये क्या cheating है bro? हम लोग DFM को मारते तो DFM so easy. PRX मारते तो DFM was in demon mode.
Yes.
Morgan.
It very
Obviously.
well might
अच्छा.
be.
ये देख हमारे लिए
And
do
then
or
just
die.
figure it out from there.
That's
It
the way.
is a do or die match. So we were
क्या
talking about
photo है
this.
भाई?
First time we will make it to playoffs if we win.
And it's the first time
Yeah.
they're ever in.
Yeah. Very much so. That would be an exciting moment for this organization
भाई,
and
तू
all
भी
the
था
fans
भाई.
who have followed along so diligently on their journey. You know, it would be a real flip of the script
वो तू
today
भी था
if
team में.
GE managed to make
दो-
it in
तू-
and
तू-
eliminate PRX from contention. As we say, the stakes can't be any higher.
Ah,
It is
let's
super
go.
high right now. And speaking of duelists, the question, of course, is always who is going to be the duelist on PRX?
Surprise! No duelist! Five Sentinel!
The duelist roster, then they put them on smokes. You never know what's going on with this team, especially when it comes to dive duelists.
I feel
For
like they
PRX,
just
I'm
like
saying.
roll dice or play cards at the start of the week for who gets to do what. It seems almost entirely random, but it did. We did see it work last week. It finally came together. They
About
managed
to walk
get
out.
their
Players
first
are
win
about
in
to walk
stage
out,
one,
guys.
So I hope they haven't changed too much from that.
अरे
I hope the
delay है
dice
ना?
landed the same way.
Delay
Yeah, I
नहीं
think
है?
some of it's coming down to
Hey,
confidence
like
as well. Where you
two
see
hours,
some
2 minute
people
delay,
bro.
now on Pearl, where he's previously playing Yoru, he feels more comfortable on Jet, so he's going to play Jet. We're going to get into the map
Oof.
veto though. GE taking out Fracture. PRX, they've been banning Haven for quite a while, so they're going to continue to ban
Don't ask why
Haven.
we picked
No
Lotus.
surprises to see GE pick Split.
Silent
and
Wolf,
that is
no.
gonna be their pick
Members
for,
only
the
रहेगा
majority of these
YouTube पे.
series when
You
it
can
doesn't get
chat here
banned
on
out
Twitch.
against them. PRX will play defense, and then PRX going for Lotus. Their Lotus looked pretty good with
Basically, we are
Yoru.
attacking all
I
three.
liked it last week. I
Attack
thought it was
split,
definitely
attack
one of the
Lotus,
better maps
attack
I've
what?
seen from them,
No.
so they're looking to carry that
Wait,
momentum
what?
What?
out there on
It showed
both of
PRX pick split.
No.
Then why did it show like
Times
PRX pick
with-
split?
No.
Batman.
PRX
Batman.
to be able to counter this.
So looking at this split game, you can see PRX, they have banned it once, they
Oh,
have played it since kickoff. It was that very
PRX
tight game
defense.
against T1, where T1 was
Ah,
the
okay.
teams, including that third map at the start against PRX on split. That was the 11-13. You did have Jet Rays that they played back
They
then.
picked the
coffee.
side,
And
we
for
picked the
GE,
map.
They have not changed
coffee, I
their
need
split comp
coffee.
too much at all, and they
You need lots of coffee. I also got coffee.
rolling through with the same comp that's had some success for it throughout kickoff into stage 1 now. Yeah.
Now, predictions. It is been a while.
GE
Frosty, welcome to the party
A
starter.
full-
Thank you for joining
हमें
membership
से-
on
हमें
YouTube.
से last में है.
I am going to start
Are
doing a
you
lot more.
enjoying
This is
it?
overwhelming.
Bro, I love this, bro.
Hey.
Just look at the odds, bro. We just have to win today,
I
bro.
wouldn't say it's overwhelming. I think when it comes down to
Holy
one game
shit.
like this on the day, anything can happen, and both these teams have been pretty even. But I think all of them
21%
are
in our
just leaning
favor,
on
bro.
PRX 'cause they've
Come
managed
on,
to kill
Gary.
more maps throughout this stage 1.
All right. Well, we're going to find out who's going to be going off to playoffs. Is it going to be Global Esports or PRX?
All we have to do is beat PRX, bro. The team we've never defeated in VCT before. Or even before VCT. That's all.
crazy. That's crazy.
5 years. 5 years we've been playing PRX. We have lost to them every single time, including the 13-0. Let's change that today, Gary.
I'm also going to do walkout with.
Gary, let's do it. Let's walk out with the players.
Yeah, wait one second. Player. Walkout
Come on,
players.
come on,
Okay,
come
okay.
on. We'll do nice walk out with the players. We're going to walk out with the players, guys. I need some trophy. I need something. Come on, Rise Pacific. G fighting. चलो चलो इतना एनिमेशन नहीं वॉकआउट का
Bro, I
टाइम
went
दो
too
ना
fast out, bro. Why is not even starting?
Same. I understand Gary Bhavna. Chalo, walkout time. Let's go. Let's do GE first. Or we're doing PRX first. Arey, mauka to do, guys. Come on. Yes, let's go. Walkout time.
2025 VCT Pacific, Stage 1.
Today is the day. Everything changes.
Rise Pacific.
Damn. Let's go PRX first. Give them mauka. अरे कॉल आउट तो बोलो. Come on, everyone, get ready to clap. Purple is PRX. Let's go.
PRX.
Let's go.
Today marks the do or die weekend here in VCT Pacific, and who is going to be qualifying to playoffs. Now, ever since PRX added in the rookie, Patman, we are slowly seeing the resurgence of the old Titan of this team. However, is it enough at this point with everything on the line? If anything,
Come on.
Global Esports seems a little confident here. They said if there's any day they can take PRX down, it would be today.
It's
This
today.
Is while PRX
Okay,
still
walk out,
struggling
let's
to
go.
Figure things out.
Come on.
Yeah, PRX are the fallen
We've been waiting for this our
giants
entire
trying to
life.
get back on their feet.
आज
They
का
took that
बदला
first step
बहुत
last week,
जरूरी
and
है.
they can continue that momentum, make playoffs today, but they have to upset this global esports team.
That's right. Now, we did see a lot of promise from Global Esports since the beginning of this year. We talk about this every single week, that they have a lot of good pieces on the board here. But things keep
Let's
shuffling
go.
around as well. Darren coming back into the roster, and it looks like they're
Yeah.
also still figuring out their comps.
Yeah, for sure. I think at the end of the day, this is a winnable series for
Today-
Global, but they need to hit their peak
Today-
as individuals. We need
Today-
to see why a lot of these players were picked up for this global esports roster today, because in terms of firepower, some
Today.
of these PRX players are starting to wake up a little bit more. They're given some of their comfort roles, and they're definitely going to be trying to run it down today.
Yeah, when you're playing against PRX, you cannot let them control you. You
Damn.
can't let them run the tempo. That's what GE need to do today, and they need to be able to hold their ground from a firepower.
बेचारे के बाल झड़ गए. देख रहे हो क्या हाल हो गया हमारे कोच का.
For this global team, so if they're able
Gary
to shoot
elevated
back
lost all his hair, bro,
consistently
in this
today, they
stress.
definitely
What
have
is
a
this,
chance,
bro?
but I don't want to see them start slow, and I don't want to see them get run over.
Bro, we have an entire army there on stage. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Absolutely. That is something that PRX often uses to their advantage. And Global Esports, they should be familiar with this concept by
Gary, did we
now.
lose
Now,
you?
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. The teams are very familiar with each
Hello.
other. The three Filipino players, Patman, and the two on Global Esports with Kelly S and Poppy, and also Crystal and Something have a bit of
Gary.
history too, our two Russian players. So I think
Yeah.
they're going to be having a lot
This
of
guy
fun
just
today,
left.
whatever the result is.
Yeah, a lot of overlap in Origins, even for like Jemkin and a lot of these East Russian players kicking around the Japanese scene and the Tier 2. And then
Okay,
coming
time to
into
keep my phone
Pacific.
away.
So a lot of very big firepower
Phone away.
players from that region of the world, and a lot of familiarity from the Tier 2 little different sub-regions that you do have. For this game though,
Yeah,
for
Gary,
GE,
like, is gone.
I mean, the fact of the matter is they're going
Gary
to have to
just
start
vanished.
attacking side of
Hello,
split. They've
Rasi.
chosen that. So
Hey, Gary,
while
back.
they do need to start strong in terms of like actually picking up rounds, I
Gary,
think
where
it's
you
going
went,
to be a
Ray?
slow start to this game. I think their attacking side of split has been very slow, has been a very crawling
Gary.
pace.
I did walk out,
Yeah,
bro.
when we look at the difference
Are you
between the
left,
times
bro?
for these global esports,
I did
it
walk out
normally
and I
takes
did,
them about a minute
different-
Yeah, but you
to
left,
One second,
bro.
one second. Changing to
42
headphones.
seconds.
That's huge.
And you can almost see this difference reflected in the composition styles.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll take a little bit of a look at what GE are playing. Darion is going to be on the Rays. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept, honestly, Yutatan on the Rays, because that's what they played in kickoff with this exact same team, exact same comps, but they're going to keep the roles consistent and play the comp they're familiar with. On attack, they usually are doing a lot of slower kind of contact
Okay,
aims in the
let's
mid
go.
to late round. So I want to see PRX control a ramp and stop them from doing that.
Yeah, PRX's style, clearly the polar opposite. We're seeing the double duelist with Jing back on the Rays, Forsaken
Hello, hello?
taking that over.
Double
So
duelist.
Their style is, of course, much
Okay, okay.
faster.
We're good,
we're going
could-
to see them fighting
Double
for that space
duelist.
on the defense, trying to restrict GE's control.
Gary
Got
W
to see
Gaming
around
is
the
double
camera,
duelist.
PRX warming up a little bit physically. They're kind of changing up their tempo a little
Ay,
bit.
Rabba.
Why are you mute, bro? Rossi, I don't know, bro.
Over
Why are you
the
muting
last
yourself?
year and a half. Like, this
I
is
could hear
something that
you
they needed
for like few seconds.
to work on. To
Wait, we have
keep
Rossi?
the stress
I can
low
hear you, bro.
as they
Hey,
go
Rossi.
into this do or die match. And like Coach
Hey, Rossi.
Elevated from Global Esports says, the question in
Even I don't
winning
know,
is
actually.
who
I
wants
can't hear
the
Rossi, by the way.
playoff spot more. We're going to send it over to our casters.
I can hear him.
Quack and
I can't
Komodo.
hear him.
Said what?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Victoria Big Time Bilski. Yeah. Do you want a playoff spot, Dion? Me?
I can
I
hear
don't
him.
stay.
Rossi, you're here. What's up, bro?
Hello?
Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, you can hear, right? Hello,
I
hello.
can hear Rossi. Yay!
Yeah, he's here.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right. Do you see anything interesting?
I mean, it makes sense for
This,
global. For my
this
side
Gary
of things,
doing,
having Daryl just substitute into
overreacting, bro. He's gonna lose
Is a little bit,
Overreacting? No, I put
What are you
Jadu
doing
on
on
that
the
face.
chair?
I put Jadu on that face.
If you send me 10,000 rupees, they'll win, bro.
But that seems
Bro,
to
ये
go away
देख
right now.
ये
He's
देख
gonna be
ये
towards
big
the
मांग के
Omen,
मांग
which
के
we can see
big
some
ऐसा ही
good performance from
करके
him, picking it up
करके
for the
Bro,
first time
this
and
not
taking
big,
it
what the
against
fuck?
money
Lotus.
from
So,
esports बोल
look,
के
that is the
ची
second
हाथ
match
की
of the
रस्सी
series as
I don't
well.
need,
Maybe
bro.
it's just a day of smokes for him.
Money is just.
Possibly. I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing as well, just given the fact that PRX,
Guys,
actually both teams,
stress
honestly,
is
this
too much
entire
today.
map veto, they haven't really played it since kickoff. Now surprising.
Okay, we win today. We win today. BRB guys, BRB. I'll come back and chat after we have a few rounds up.
Why, what
This is
happened, bro?
Do or die time for playoffs, everybody. You have to remember that going in towards this one. Both
Okay.
teams currently at the 1 to 3 mark with GE opening up stage 1 against DFM.
Let's go,
popping the dub
boys.
there too to
Let's go,
Omen.
boys.
Mapless since
Let's go,
then.
boys.
And for
Let's go,
PRX, well,
boys.
they've always got a map
Let's
in
go,
every
boys.
single one of their series, finally besting DFM as well in
Let's
that
go, boys.
heated third map that we saw last week.
Which is where we come down to this
Very stressful.
final series in the final week of group
Let's
stage.
go.
Can PRX make it through to playoffs? It all kicks off right here.
As we saw and heard. Global Esports on the attacking side right now, but
Oh,
look
bhai.
at just the numbers for PRX around mid.
Oh,
They
bhai,
have a
5
great
mid.
idea on
Very
how
bad
to
idea.
play this pistol round to
No.
Stars around as well, though.
No. Nice, Crystal.
Themselves backwards into it.
Let's
Crystal now,
go,
who then
let's
pushes
go.
in towards Vince.
Gets awkward though, doesn't it? You
Don't
hear the
die, don't
shots,
die, don't
more
die, don't
members
die,
up
don't
at the
die.
B tower. You need to see something big come out from Forsaken.
A bit of a survival
They know.
smoke towards the top.
Oh,
of red for
bad
now.
positioning.
They
Could
haven't
be
quite
bad,
checked
could be
him out
bad.
So far, off towards the wayside on the edges of the smoke, though.
Crystal
he does
3K,
find the
let's
double,
go.
Trades out from Crystal, and then for Divine
Oh,
to flush
shot.
back in. They're trying to find some
No,
pop shots
no,
to
no.
prevent G from getting that spike down, and they will pick up the pistol right off the bat.
Man, I thought that round was actually going to go towards Global. The fact that Crystal's
Yeah.
just kind of stampeding up through the guts of mid, supported with the rest of the team.
ठीक
We've
है,
seen
bad
Crystal,
positioning.
You know, kind of in
Bad position.
majority
ठीक है,
of the
ठीक है, ठीक है.
games
It's
that
okay,
Global
it's
have
okay, it's
played,
okay.
been topping on the
It's okay.
ratings for
Not
them.
bad.
On the flip side, it
Not
was
bad, it's
Jink,
okay.
who's somewhat been topping completely, besides one
It's
for
okay.
Forsaken to come on through.
Come on,
But yeah,
guys.
a pistol round that you look
Decent
at the top
start.
2 converting openers, right? 5 versus 3. that
ये-
they're able
ये
to get on
positioning
back
बहुत
from
ही
that
अच्छा
one.
था
Makes things
Forsaken
a
का.
little bit awkward when you feel that Crystal's just done the lion's share of the damage, and then it's Divide to just get some good taps out as well at the end there.
Let's go.
A force up from Global is interesting, given by the fact that they didn't actually get the plant down here.
Yeah.
Still going to try to bulldoze their way through.
Again,
perhaps.
mid fight,
Got
okay.
the stars all placed out.
Well, you know that this is such an important game for Global that they would have done probably the most prep that they ever would have coming in towards this week, you know. One game and you can get into playoffs.
Right, with
Nice.
good specific map pick as well.
Nice.
Right now, just being able to find some shots against a couple of the PRX players, something to trade with Guardian. Forsaken with his own Guardian as well. He does feel a lot of contact though,
Nice.
so the
Wait.
paranoia sent out. Maybe a bit of support
Nice.
from Patman around the edges of this smoke
Nice.
as well, but close range, it's not going to
निकल लो, निकल लो, just
now
run.
down to just
कट
Jake.
लो,
He
घर
does
जाओ,
have the Bulldog,
भाग जाओ.
But you also see rotations now coming up for Global.
It just needs
जाओ,
to
जाओ,
be
जाओ,
some
जाओ,
good
जाओ.
shots to come out from Jing at the moment.
हमारे
So
पास
far,
हेल्थ ही नहीं है बाबा,
the
बहुत
force up
स्ट्रेसफुल
from
है.
Global, working a treat, but low HP for both
Oi.
of these members. They have
Wait,
to play this
any
one
bakwas in
somewhat
chat and I'm
together
gonna
or
straight
play
ban,
for
huh?
time. Star
What's
Ray on
that,
the
bro?
spike, a Gravnet available too.
possibly to even play for
एक
range.
दूसरे को गाली नहीं देने का रे.
Looking to close in the distance for now, but he does
Let's
right
go.
off the top. It's an easy shot for Kelly S to bring one round back
Nice
up on the
Kelly.
board.
Yeah, you're not going to see too much consistency come out from a flying bulldog there, unfortunately, but it would have been funny if Jing was able to find that one.
That
you can
was
criticize
important.
the buy up, the force up, all you want from Global, but they make those
घुस के
stings
मारो
sing,
आज
that
तो.
is for sure.
आज do or die है ना. आज do or die है. करके मार दो.
Nor Forsaken, really. And then it's again
मार
just
दो.
through the smokes where you think
गुच्ची वाले चश्मे यहाँ हैं. Switch कर लूँ.
in the right position, but Sheriff versus Sting
कर लिया, कर लिया,
not gonna
कर लिया.
work
Let's
there,
go.
unfortunately.
आज
So
तो
you're gonna have some good
करेंगे.
decision making from
करेंगे
PRX
या
on this
मरेंगे.
defensive side
करेंगे
to
या मरेंगे.
have an
करेंगे
answer
या
back, if
मरेंगे.
not this round, the round after.
All those who want to chat on YouTube आके Twitch पे.
Perhaps a little bit more consistency as well. They're going to
attempt
attempt at peeking out, though. Tripwires across for now.
This is risky for Patman because
Nice.
I mean, he's got a gun and he's by himself as a fade. It's not
उसका बंदूक उठा लो.
generally a situation that you would
पुरपुरी छोड़ के बंदूक उठा लो भाई की.
self-sufficient in. You know, we see once upon a time Forsaken going for a lot of those plays with the
Oh,
birds
nice.
playing on the sky, but
Let it be.
this is
Go
a bit of a
other
different
side. I
look for
like it.
PRX now, T1-esque, right? With the comp that they are playing.
VCT मजा
Also just trying
आएगा.
to refill the space that their teammate has just fallen, so Shrouded steps over the trip.
Yeah, but is it going to do too much, honestly, right? You just need to see something big come out from Devi if they go up through towards Mail, but if not, it's just going to be something
something could be scary.
It's got the fake out clone as well available, which is actually going to get sent pretty early here.
Yeah, not much to really stall, but I think one big point would be the dark cover that Forsaken just sent out. I do believe Unitard just noted it.
And it's the flank, and now they're all contained. Look at that, that's numbers for Forsaken.
Paranoia back in as
Bad
well.
positioning.
He still has to contend
बहुत hard
with
luck
all
मारा.
4 of them, though. He's the only one holding the angle. Actually,
they're rotating. This is risky.
To go through to Mail. The Prowler as well, but Devi looks to get ahead
Prowler
of it.
थोड़ा late था. Bad
position.
position. ठीक है, reset.
And that's a second
Reset,
kill as
reset.
well. Forsaken
Bad
now coming
position.
back in from bottom mid. Spots up Poppy, and even though Poppy can still find some
Time
shots,
नहीं है,
it's
time
10
नहीं है.
seconds
Bad
left, and
position.
yeah, you're right, Komodo. The spike on the ground.
Yeah, that's some really ill decision making to come through from Global, but you flip it on its head, and that's some
ठीक
great
है.
decision making from PRX. They have a
ठीक
bit of
है.
an overstep in the beginning from Patman, but apart
ठीक
from
है,
that,
ठीक है, ठीक
everything is just pretty clinical, right? You've got time being bought from something on the
Shopping
side
हो गई,
itself
reset.
with the clone. You've got the poison cloud being popped. You've got the dark cover that comes, and it's all just buying time for Forsaken.
This
to get
backstab
flame
really
happening.
hurt
As soon
us.
as he gets that first kill and the paranoia goes out, GE are really locked and contained in Garage. They don't know how many members are exactly on that B site ready, and with sub 30 seconds, I mean, it gets very difficult to try and get into the site like that. Great round to come out from PRX to now bring some stability back.
हाँ वही करना पड़ेगा ना
Still
अगर
got those
जीतना है
guns
तो.
as well, GE still able to buy up somewhat. Look to push in towards.
Hey, what
B this
somewhat
time.
buy up? एक save किया है.
Just
Hero
down
AK.
timing. Again, an emphasis on mid from a bit of this util, but an off angle from Forsaken.
One kill.
Nice.
Tries to TP away, but punished by Darian.
Judo back,
He
Judo
is
back, Judo back,
relatively
Judo
new
back.
to
मत
this
fight ले.
omen role too.
Judo मत fight
Has
ले.
to configure
Judo
a lot
मत
of the
ले.
timings almost mid-map.
नहीं Judo.
Yeah, the angle's still somewhat exposed. That said, though, Jing will happily take a kill against Yudotan down middle, but it's also the spike and
निकल
the
ले.
site, you know, somewhat granted to Global Esports.
Jing might look to just
Hey, we
satchel
lost
in
our
with
AK.
the Judge.
It's
Oh,
okay,
and
it's
he
okay.
will
Round
do
gone. We
just
lost our
that
AK.
alongside the Prowler. The range not quite there,
lost
so
our
Crystal
AK.
still able
That's
to
right.
trade, but then
ठीक
for
है.
Patman to trade right back.
ठीक है, ठीक
Yeah,
है.
that Judge, you think you might not be able to deliver on too much there, unfortunately, but when you've got your team all surrounding the site and you can kind of just
ठीक
get
है,
sent
ठीक.
in and your team can pick up the scraps if you do need. It's a close quarters gun, but it's got some range towards it.
Now
and
we can
damage
full
was
buy up.
delivered there,
Let's
so
go.
it's another round, this time in succession for PRX. Got to say, Darion, if you're able to get
ये
activated
बहुत
really
hard push
early
कर
on
दिया.
this attacking side, it has to bring some confidence to Global, considering that him and Patrick Hu have kind of, you know, almost been non-existent in its entirety of this stage, right? They're kind of sitting at the lowest in overall duelist stats at the moment, so if you're wanting to see somebody step up a little bit for Global, in my mind, Darion stepping up is going to be an absolute net bonus for them because Crystal's already been really good, Yudotan's already been pretty good, Kalias has as well, right? So if you've got another piece that is stepping up, it can be pretty potent for Global.
It's always been that 3 core, and also the best possible stage for Darren to do it right now. You know, we've been talking about Crystal and something having some familiarity. Darian being coming from the Singaporean scene, you know, having that experience from Bleed as well. He's quite familiar with some of these PRX players too, so that should give him some confidence. That said, we're slowing things down.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're not running this
For a second,
Sentinel
देख लिया.
as Paper X,
Call
you
आ
have
गया.
to just be very proficient around your info
No,
gathering.
no, no, no. Watch them.
That
Nice.
doesn't work out for Pepman. Caught in the open. The site is now global.
Faster. Nice. Darion. Nice.
Punished as well. You got the paint shells.
Call भी कर ले.
Continue pushing Paper X off
Nice.
space.
ठीक है चलेगा.
Happy to go for this fight
Very
against
aggressive
Darion. A
play
bit
by
more
him, but ठीक
confidence
है.
coming up from Paper X.
He's got showstopper but no satchels, so it will be a scare tactic, or you got to get close already.
Okay, Crystal is close, however. It does set the Nightfall as well, just
Plant
to
fast.
keep Paper X away.
Need to
You've
plant.
got this flank being watched by
Need to
something. It's a
plant.
little bit apparent that Pappy might be coming for it. Keep an eye on that one.
Still got to watch out for the possible timed peaks. Crystal still watching off towards elbow, but here comes Jing with a huge party. It does blow up in Crystal's
Yeah,
face.
that hurt.
Then for the global esports
Papi,
players
nice.
to continue holding, that's when the lurk comes up.
Okay,
You
now
got
is the
player up
problem.
over by Rams as well.
He's
Now
defusing.
has to watch for it. Jing
Arey, he'll
still
just
sticking
check.
with the spike, though. It's a grab net. It's annihilation.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
casting off
it.
halfway, and that will be the round picked up by Global.
I
Oh,
don't know.
bhai
Like, I don't know
saab.
if that gravity well
1
was based to
millisecond.
just keep them in the
1
spike itself, even on the
millisecond.
defuse, ready with the annihilation. Because
Oh,
you're usually
bhai.
using them to pull them off the defuse.
इतना
right?
close
That
नहीं
didn't
करना
work.
है.
He's still
जीत
able to
गए
stick
अच्छे
it
but
there.
इतना close
And
नहीं
to be
करना है.
fair,
Let's go.
Jing nearly gets the full defuse
Let's
before that
go.
annihilation came out. There could have
Oh,
been
bhai.
an awkward result there for
या अगर वो हो जाता तो बहुत awkward होता.
beginning
3 लोग
stages
जिंदा है
for
और
them,
हम मर
mid
गए.
is looking a
ये
little
Darion
bit
की entry अच्छी थी.
unattainable
Good job,
in
Darion.
positions. You pivot over
Good job,
towards the
Darion.
A site. Patman's caught out in the open, none the wiser.
Beautiful play
and
by
you're getting
Jing.
into the site. You're setting yourselves up. You've got a flank. Like, these are some really good things to come through from Global there.
And you mentioned, you know, you needed to see
Oh,
Darren
they have
step
full
up. And
buy
he
on
did
this.
just that in that previous
This is
round.
going to be
What happens
important to
about
win.
This round, though, Paper X now noting that they need information, so you see them beginning to peek out into garage a little bit more.
Yeah, but an adjustment at the moment as well from Global.
Come on.
Just slow and steady. You've got a little bit more eyes on Garage this time with Pappy just holding about. But an operator for something and Forsaken in tow. How confident
Don't
are
walk
they
into
that
the
they want to
operator, please.
remain around
Please don't walk into
Garage?
the operator.
Now
No,
got
no, no,
something
no,
on the
no.
line.
No, no, no,
He's
no.
got the opener as well. No smokes on a map like Split. Quack. Can get awkward.
Awkward is
पेट
one way
पेट
to
में
put it.
लगा वो.
And Jing will just,
ये
well,
वाला
he has
round.
social anxiety. Now this is not the scenario that you want to be in. 3 players left. They still got to try though.
Save.
Darren does have a showstopper as well.
Save, save, save.
You got to cut some corners here as Global. You
Save.
need to at least find a
Save, otherwise you're
you
losing
think
guns.
Pre-fire on towards something.
No.
Who's still holding the garage line.
No.
If you're shouldering this one
No.
slowly, it's not gonna work out. And Darion falls.
At least attempted at a swing, but yes, that will be something very much still.
एक और जाने वाला है.
controlling
मेरे को
the
अंदर से
sideline
feeling आ रही
down
है.
B.
Yeah. And we did hear it
Save
earlier
कर लो.
on from Mr. Big Time, right? How
Save कर
long
लो.
does it take
Save
Global
कर लो.
Esports to try and get into these sites, to try and
Save,
get
save,
a
save.
plant? It takes over a minute 10, essentially, for this
Just
B
save.
site before they look to get in. But this time, well, they're not breaking down in towards the site.
Next
I hope they're
round,
not
next
breaking
round.
down the comms
अरे
now, because you feel like they're starting to get a wriggle on this attacking side. It's not working out.
Nice.
These kills are almost inconsequential in terms of the rounds. But a couple of extra ulti orbs, I mean, you'll take that
Shopping.
as Crystal to get closer to a
Hey,
nightfall.
op क्यों लिया?
4 more. Still
you'll-
got
Attacking op क्यों?
And you'll play with the economy, most importantly for Paper X, right? They've not
I'm
built
not a
up
fan of
lot
this
their
attacking
credits
op.
at the moment. They're going to have to
Not
do
a fan
some
of
quick
it.
maths and quick allocation on what weapons they still want to be purchasing up. I saw a tail end of an operator coming out into this next round. Sorry, an outlaw into this next round, because you've lost the operator now, of course.
Precisely, which does kind of, you know, mean that you're going to lose some control as well. You're not going
maybe.
to be able to push up into B again.
If Crystal's going first or Pappy's going first, I mean, the Outlaw is going to finish them off quite quickly, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're just going to switch in towards a bit of a retake scenario here as Paper X, because you've got the Dimensional Drift, you've got From the Shadows.
No.
What else
no.
you've got is another
No,
line
no,
deep being held by something. Other side of the map this time,
No,
supported by
no,
Patman,
no,
supported by
no,
Jing.
no.
Now you can fall off.
No,
And
no,
kind of
no, no,
stave
no, no,
off
no,
Global
no.
from going into this B site, because they're all getting
Just
ready
wait.
outside Garage. Sonic Sensor popped.
Just wait.
In case any pushes do happen later on.
Which ain't too bad.
why
Why
backing? Why backing? Why backing?
So just to watch even further out, those strokes buying some
Ayo.
time for Paper X around the B site.
And the onus is kind of on Global Esports right now. Where do they want to try and transition to finish off this round? If it's going to be towards the Bravo site, well, there's 4 members there of Paper X.
Okay.
Well, G trying to be tactical
अरे
with
ऊपर
their
देख
approach,
लो.
trying to suss out as much of these positions as possible with the Prowlers.
Spotted out something, pushed up through main.
ये
They
मुश्किल
want
है.
to pivot into
नहीं 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 नहीं.
Oh, but the Judge and Jing as well, just to hold it down
Judging.
pat. Linear angles, and it's the paranoia that
दे दी op उनको
flushes
वापस.
Kelly's all the way to Garage. Petman holding down B as well. The
Nice,
Outlaw
Udo.
getting taken out by Yudotan though, so possibly we got an alpha plant.
Yeah, but the thing is, Forsaken, if he takes the one-on-one duel here, it could upset the whole round with Kelly's running a marathon towards the site. PRX beat them here to the site before the spike even gets here. They don't have to wait for a plan here. They could recognize by timing that Kelly's has to go for the plan, and it's just unachievable now. This is another round where Global are too slow.
Too slow is correct.
Now
W
it's,
Gaming के against खेल रहे. Too slow
really
नहीं खेल
appropriate
सकते.
point being brought up by the desk big time.
Ah.
Noted it immediately. And, you know, perhaps it was an attempt at being tactical, but just some moments hesitation, and they fell, you know, down around Mail.
There's no pressure. There is no pressure that
No pressure.
PRX
No,
are
no,
feeling
no.
like in a
Let's
situation
go.
like this. Through the
Mail में
dark cover,
थोड़ा
you've got 3
judge के
members
against
watching the
spit
Mail
रहे.
location. Showstopper doesn't even get ripped out in that one. Yeah, you lose something with the Outlaw, but you did pick up the operator with Divide there. So they're getting out of this as a complete net positive as PRX. You've got another round, you're building credits, you've got the operator, you didn't invest any ultimates of yourself, and you remove the Showstopper of Therion.
If you're PRX, you see this as an absolute win. You've got all these ultimates
Timeout ले
online
लो
as well
coach
now.
sir.
You can get cooking.
ये वाले राउंड के बाद
I'm
टाइम आउट
looking
ले
with
लो.
gas.
एक
Good
लगेगा
flames
उनका
here,
मोमेंटम
no flip
तोड़ने के
steal.
लिए.
That's a lucky shot, I'll say, a little bit there. Stinger on towards something's head, but he braves it.
Let's get down low, but also for Davai now to hide inside
Judge.
of this smoke. Poppy trying to get
Nice.
sneaky around the sides, and he will find the Sheriff shot.
Yeah, but look what GE have managed to do. They've got in towards the A site with a Cosmic Divide dropped.
Oof.
And then for
Something
Forsaken
low.
to find that trade back onto Poppy. So spike down, you got the dimensional drift now going in from something.
Get all the information that you possibly can. Recognize
One
no
on
one's on the
side.
site itself. Well, where are they going to be? Screens. It's the only option.
100% Forsaken to take the first kill. Kelly has to trade right back, though. Something now trying to disrupt the position
Nice.
coming out from Kelly S with the blind side.
He's low,
Holds
he's
the
low,
angle
he's
there
low.
With the op. Yudotan, though, also getting taken down. Kelly S now into the shorty. 1v1 around the corner. He's hopping. And
Nice,
goes and
Kelly.
peeks into it.
Let's
Beautiful
go.
Quad coming out from Kelly.
अरे मत लो
number 8.
He certainly just stand and delivered around that
मत
site
लो
there, hasn't he?
आप,
Just all the
मत
shots
लो,
coming
अच्छा
out where
खेल के आप,
required.
मत
Even the Sonic
लो.
sensor dropped in case Forsaken goes for another
तृप्ति हो
touch
गया
on the
आप,
site, 'cause
मत
at that point in
लो.
time, you technically don't know if they're holding it or not, but the Sonic sensor going down, it makes something get a little bit more awkward. A single shot out, and well, he's getting stunned
Nice,
up.
Kelly.
And the HP was there in advantage for Kelly S.
Shot.
Around to come out from them on the thrifty mark as well. I mean, if this is the way the map is going to go, Quack, we're just going to get some
सच्ची लग रहा है लाइक फोन करके उधर बोल दूं एक फोन कनेक्ट करो को मेरे को कॉम्स पे आप मत लो अटैक पे unless you do that unless you do that and more unless you do that Darion or more एक और कर दे एक और कर दे एक और don't move till Batman dies don't move till Batman dies
with Global Esports getting the opening kill. They don't even necessarily need to worry about mid whatsoever. Give that over to PRX, keep Divide there, because that weakens the extremities of the map. That weakens any defending at the A side or any defending at the B side, especially if you figure out where any other members are currently situated.
भाई साहब थोड़ा ऊपर राइट में आपके थोड़ा सा ऊपर राइट में आपके
also the smoke, so that
थोड़ा
gives them
सा
some idea. They're beginning to connect the dots, but they're still looking to get a pick off.
I believe I just heard, yeah, I did, a shot out from something with the operator in Garage. So now Global also know where that op is currently playing.
Okay. Well, we do have Petman now beginning to rotate back over onto the B side. If something can find an opening pick here, this could be massive for PRX.
No.
Just got to get through.
Something को opening pick मत दो बाबा.
At the A site.
What an angle to hold as
It's
well.
like switch. अब मेरी बारी.
Safety.
Jump in.
30 seconds, he's got a paranoia. He
Jump
can
in.
stall a little bit. He hears all the footsteps.
Jump in.
Yeah. Here comes that.
नहीं अरे कूद रहा भाई कूद रहा है भाई टाइम नहीं है भाई
It stops them.
Patman now to hold the off angle. GE just has to go. They're floating into it, but into the blender they go. And Defy to burst them down with the Phantom. Crystal for the trade. Defy still collecting onto the 3K.
Somebody needs to let Global Esports know that we had a team earlier in this tournament. Their name was RRQ. The clock needs to be, you know, watched on this attacking side of Split. You can't play disrespect against the time.
Yeah, we're just tapping on our wristwatches right here because this
it's time to go.
Definitely felt kind of like they're putting themselves in a bit of a cage.
Timeout ले रहे हैं? नहीं ले रहे.
6 currently is the score, and PRX taking the lead.
I mean, the Global more confident in their ecos, in their thrifties. They've done more damage so far with that sort of weaponry.
Yeah, I imagine maybe it's a little bit of that emotional pressure as well. Perhaps with the ecos, then they begin to feel like they can just let loose, but then they go straight into Divide, who's just spraying into the smokes. Forsaken now off from Vents. He does get traded by Crystal, though.
Still got to be a little bit careful.
Nice.
You're going very close. The
Guns.
just
Both
rob
upgraded
you of your
weapons.
life in this round yet again. Yes, Divide was good for
Don't die to Divide. Don't die to Divide. Don't die to. Nice.
With the Phantom, and he
Let's go.
cannot. An opportunity now for Global with Black.
There's one on each
Time to
side.
spare.
अरे तुम लोग टाइम फिर से अभी बैठ मेरे को नहीं देखना है फिर से टाइम का होने वाला है bro. What is this bro? Stop waiting guys. Don't play the time game guys.
Rifles picked up. You've got Crystal onto more utility.
Don't play the time game guys.
Patman's just throwing the horn over at the A side of the map. So who do you favor? Going into a known quantity of Patman on this fade with a bit of util used, or an unknown, unexpected position of something on this Yoro where you know the operator's in play?
Oh god.
So you're gonna go for Patman.
Oh
he's
god.
still able to hold the angle. A double kill found by Patman.
God.
Okay.
Just Poppy versus something now.
Arey
We've been
yaar.
talking up the Poppy clutches. We haven't seen them too much.
Yep, one smoke available to use his gravity well for time a little bit later on. Something getting rid of the operator. Phantom in play, and now it comes down to where you think Papi goes.
No,
I feel
no,
like I'm
Papi, no,
favoring something
no,
a little
Papi,
bit
no,
more this
no,
one.
Papi,
He's
no,
got flashes,
no,
he's
Papi,
got
no,
a clone,
no, Papi, no,
fake
no, Papi,
footsteps.
no.
Meanwhile, Poppy just trying to hide around his smoke.
Just
He's
wait,
inside
Papi.
of screens right now. It's a tight corner that he's
Papi,
holding.
just wait,
Something
Papi,
will go
please.
in for the
Let him
here.
tap.
No, he won't. He's
Let
just
him
gonna
tap.
play around the corners.
Let
No
him
smoke
tap.
available for Papi whatsoever,
Thank you.
remember?
Oh, trying to stick it halfway. Poppy
Nice.
playing the patient game.
Let's go.
Will be able to find the headshot
Let's
at the
go.
very end of it. Global up to 4.
Yeah, you've got something trying to clear
Let's
every
go.
corner that he possibly can, but Papi just repositioning quite nicely. You know, generally you would expect, or at least I would expect, an Astra player in a situation like that, when you go for a bit of an open plant,
Slow.
put a start on the spike, you may be playing from heaven, or you're
हर
running
round ही
around
कोई
through
खेल लो,
ramp,
best
or
है guns
playing
के
over
साथ
main,
खेलो ही
but
मत,
Papi just
बस
very
जीत लो भाई,
chilled in
क्या
that
कर रहे हो?
moment, goes in towards screens because you isolate how many angles something could potentially go. He's more than often than not going to have to clear around the whole site and then maybe expect you to come from heaven. Great little individual moment there.
क्यों खरीद रहे हो? इको कर लो.
Global in play.
ओ अभी उनका इको है.
They convert this one.
मत हारो
5-6,
Thrifty,
or,
please.
You know, you're tying up at the half, or it's 5-7 at worst.
Don't
There's a
lose
bit of a
Thrifty.
swing round as well. I mean,
Don't
PRX
stress
now
on it.
find themselves with lesser weaponry. Good guns on the other side for Global, and they could, yes,
For the first time
potentially
since the
tie
game has
this up.
started, we have better guns
Global
than them.
Esports are just very
I feel
slow
we'll
to gain
lose
the same aim
because we
control.
have won
I
3
like the fact
Thrifties
that
right
they are
now.
here a little bit earlier,
Out of
though,
the
this time,
10
right?
rounds that we
Generally,
played,
there's
3
been a
of
lot
them that we have
respect
won
over
are with
towards
Thrifties.
PRX and what numbers they're putting up through ramp, who's holding over the main side, whether it's been Patman, whether it's been Forsaken.
Oh, but also this time with the
Nice attempt at a haircut.
PRX not really holding A round up front. It's just Divide jump peek, and he's already been spotted out.
No.
Global still kind of piecing things together.
Believe something might have just seen the shoulder of Darion too.
Nice,
But
Darion.
it doesn't matter. Not able to best that Outlaw.
Kill him. Nice, Darion. Mar.
Kill found around. Divide to try to regain that
Onside,
weapon to hold down
500.
position,
Push
but
together.
not able
Let's go.
to, since the firing squad from Global has marched up.
One more,
Now
Darion.
you
Come
just
on.
need to see
One more.
Global Esports
One more.
not fault
One more.
up.
One more.
Darion to have a great multi-fragging round on for the 4K.
One
Who
more.
stands behind him, but
ले लो 4K.
Forsaken
Take 4K.
with a classic.
4K, Darion.
It's a
4K, Darion. 4K, Darion.
So here's what
4K,
he's gonna do.
Darion.
He's gonna
4K, Darion.
spam crouch a bunch behind the boxes.
Actually मर जा तू स्पाइक से मत दे 4K कुछ मत मेरे को लगता है
See,
कोई
I
मारेगा
think he's going to smoke him off and then
Yeah.
try and just go up
No.
with the spike because
No.
there's a wall keeping
Die
him
to
in
the
screens
spike
that they now
don't
can
waste
do.
time कोई
He
मत
also
मारो we
hears
can't
the
afford
guns
to
firing off nearby.
Oh, they know where he is.
Oh, it has to peek out.
मेरे को टेंशन आता है बाबा
That's going to be the 5th on the round.
I can hear him he's screaming let's go boys
And as I said just previously, right, they can make it a tight
Good
score,
round,
6-6 or worse
Dario.
now, 5-7, where I got to say it. When they've got time to play with, they're looking better. When they don't have time, they're not looking that good.
Okay,
So,
okay,
play
okay.
with the
Excite
time,
मत हो.
better
Eco खेलो.
adjustments from them
Eco
so
खेलो.
far. just gathering some control a little bit earlier in through
Just
mains,
stick to
right?
eco,
We've
guys.
seen them get into garage when they're pushing them back.
Hey, Rahul, we can hear you by the way. I love it. Zyada chilla.
Especially when Darren's the one
Oh,
finding
Bhutani
these
ke.
opening picks. Those
Oh,
were
Bhutani ke.
anti-ecos though, and now we are positioned for an explosive final round
Oh,
of this
damn.
first half. You've got ults
This
aplenty
round.
for global.
I mean, when you're considering getting in towards one of these
We have
sites,
3
just
ults.
with
Papi
the
का भी आ
Nightfall
जाना
to be
चाहिए.
able
Yudo
to,
का भी आ सकता है.
Off-put any audio. The HP, you send in Darion at the same time. You got options to go still for these traps that the Gravnet and the paint shells offer you.
Could PRX be positioning for a retake then though? So Jing with the showstopper?
I mean, a definite situation where we've seen Global Esports favor mid a lot of the time just by this repositioning now at the minute mark. PRX need to find some solidified information, right? Pushing in through garage, seeing nothing's there, leaving Patman to spot the info of the util over at this A site. Gives him an idea that ramp is going to be
nice.
A little bit void of information.
Yudo.
Calls Jing over.
Yudo don't die.
Patman does have the haunt refresh as well.
It's good.
Yudo don't die.
Using this utility now to gather
Yudo don't die.
They don't see too
Yudo
much
don't
until Yudotan goes in for
die.
the peak, but gets burst down by something. Into garage now with the Nightfall.
And now they know where it's happening, right? It's the B site that this is ending up. We see the combo of utility, a showstopper missing its mark.
Nice, Darion.
But still, the kill collapsed on towards the Vi. Annihilation
we
just
missed
to
out.
push PRX a little bit further back, and then the Bear Mesh coming in. You got the showstopper from Jing though.
Maro
and
aim
he
करके.
blows
Maro,
up
maro,
the
maro.
site.
एक और.
Poppy gets
Nice.
blown up. Patman to
Both
trade.
city, both city, both
Kelly
city,
is
both
trying to
city.
find some trades as well. They
Low, 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 low.
They still get the spike down. It came so close, Komodo.
2-on-2.
City.
Got some flashes. Forsaken,
No.
healthy and full, and they're going in for
Don't
the
miss.
peaks. They
Don't miss
found
Crystal.
out where
Crystal time.
is.
Crystal
Just
time.
down to the peaks.
Crystal
to get
time.
the kills now. Mechanical
Crystal
skill.
time.
Forsaken
Don't
goes in
do
out front.
utility.
Sees from Crystal, but still Forsaken hunkers down.
I think
Well
Crystal
played.
at
It's
the end
okay.
there
Good
may
half,
have
good
just
half,
ran
good
out
half,
of
good half.
ammunition
It's
to bring
okay.
the C's to try and find
Good
themselves
half.
some timing, or maybe miscounted a couple of
okay.
bullets left in the chamber.
Good half.
Either way that one goes.
7-5 is
Util
okay,
at
let's
that
go.
mark there, a little bit unfortunate to not win the 1 versus 1, and I got to say within that round there as well, Global Esports making sure that the trades were there to keep in the contest, right? How many times did we just see Kalias reposition himself around the side to try and get involved in a lot of those duels when the blind side came out from something there as
Half
well?
time, come on.
Unfortunate on the planter that peeks out, gets completely
I
blinded
need to be in
and,
comms, guys.
loses their life for, again, more trades.
I want
So
to
I've gotta
be in
say, Global,
comms.
we've seen a little bit more
I want to be
proactivity
in
from them
comms.
when the time isn't really clicking on down towards its 0-second mark. Are they going to be able to transition that now in towards this defensive side? Because when you look towards what they're running on the Cypher Lock, right, they're going to have a lot of stopping power. They're going to have a lot of utility that we need to see cleared out from the likes of Patman, from the likes of Jing.
It is PRX once again, you know, finding themselves with a bit of a lead after the first half. So, you know, we kind of gather that you just don't want them to throw this lead away. It certainly can happen.
We
when
have to
your
win
opponents are
pistols,
running this
guys.
rather
I really
defensive
want to win
composition.
pistols.
Name me a more iconic duo than PRX and dropping map number 1.
Pistol, pistol,
You have to say it,
pistol.
Oh man, it certainly is something that has been happening throughout this group stage. We cannot
I have nothing to
deny.
hydrate with. I appreciate you
Not at
redeeming the
all.
hydrate.
And even
I
then,
genuinely
when
have
they're
nothing to
looking get their
hydrate
first
with.
series win, I mean, the
I have
overtime
like
that we
I have
had
no
on,
water, no coffee. I've
12.
finished everything. I'm like 2 coffees
It
down.
was-
Last
Well,
week,
3
it was
since
5.
morning,
It
but
was
2
a
right
map.
now.
week before that.
It was a map.
Yeah, we've got some shenanigans happening. I must say though, this first half coming out from PRX, it has looked a little bit cleaner. They were certainly more aware of what Global Esports might look to deploy against them.
Yeah, Forsaken as well. Feeling a little bit more comfortable in the Omen just by positioning and timing on the dark covers as well, right? When he first brought it out, I saw some egregious smokes.
They have
the
double
timing was
duelists, so I'm very worried
questionable.
about the attack
I said
half.
the same for Jing a little bit as well when he first adopted it, but also
Oh, bhai.
learning is really good
Oh,
for
bhai.
PRX. Now, quickly,
Crystal,
up the
Crystal,
ramp.
Crystal, they're too far. No.
Footsteps
Oh
as well.
shit.
Crystal looking to break the
Nice,
court.
Darion!
Darion though now with a frenzy just inside of Vents, and he's able to take 2 down. The burst out from Kelly with the right click.
ठीक है, Patman को one health कर दिया.
trade, but PRX do find themselves at a huge numbers disadvantage.
What can Divide do here, though? A little bit unknown
No,
in Garage at the
no,
moment.
no.
You've got a grouping up of the global members, but Patman, 5 HP, can try and keep them entertained at the site of A, but
if you're global, surely you recognize that Petman either goes up mid
Yes,
or back
wait,
into A tower.
wait. Drop
this
spike
side
and then
he's
wait.
just making sure that he's spotting it out. He doesn't necessarily need to stick around for a duel,
Wait,
but
Papi.
5 HP. I mean,
Wait, Papi.
Devi's got to make some noise for his brother out here, but all right, just going in out for the peaks. He does
scared
get
him.
that dink.
Yudo watch, Yudo watch, Yudo watch.
With the Sheriff as well.
Need to see a sharp shot from him. Yudo-tan is
No!
watching, but Yudo
That
falls.
And possibly a little bit more as well as he threads the needle onto Crystal.
That's so quick.
Poppy, though, looking to play spoiler. 1v2, takes down Patman, the first to fall. Divine now, just one more shot. He's running out of ammo and backed into the pillar. Now, potential opportunity for Poppy as he sends out the Nova Pulse. Divine. Oh, might have spotted out his foot just with a crosshair placement to top it off.
Man, where have those shots come from Divine? Headshots out with the Sheriff, absolutely clinical.
Davai, bro.
Quick to come out from him as well.
It was really good.
We needed to see
Nice
somebody
start by
step up
Darion.
in this series, right? We need to see some sort of consistency. And I mean, if Divai is going to be stepping up, I'm all for it. If Darion's stepping up on this raise as
nice
well,
shots,
I'm all
dude. Kya
for
acha
it. I
khela.
thought that this pistol round was looking pretty good from Global Esports yet again to be able to try and figure things out. But it's once more like the first one. You think Global get a lead in a pistol, and PRX bring it back.
Oh, Komodo, I know, right? I mean, both teams
And now
feeling
force again.
themselves backed against the ropes, and they're just
No!
tooth and nail
Bro,
for
that
this,
was
but
just
something now with the shots through the smokes.
I think maybe he just saw him over the top of the toxic screen.
No, he didn't.
Good
He
chance
just
for that
spammed
to
in
happen,
smokes.
but also now for Global to necessarily come back into refill space. The Outlaw picked up once again. Yudo-tan, though, not quite landing the shots. Has to run back to reload. Almost getting tagged out by Jing. The paint shell does flush him out into the open, where
Too
Divine
much
collects. Just Crystal on the site now. He's got the stinger. He will find his first shot, but 7 rounds left in the mag and Forsaken to collect.
And look who's going hunting at the moment, Jing. He will be reeled back a little bit here with the rest of the squad, but he will hear the footsteps.
And hides into the smokes. Oh, Komodo, this could be dangerous for Jing as well because the Stinger's on the other side. Kelly's.
They don't go together, but he still wins that.
Grafnet now, and they've heard Divine
Nice.
as well. Second kill found. This could still go over to Global Esports. You do have Forsaken perched up on top, though. With elevation, you might be able to throw them off, but it's not even needed. Patman just to hold down
Nice
my screens.
There's 13 HP between the two of them. And
Now
somehow
this
they
puts us
managed
in
to
a bad
weather that one
position
and not drop
because
the
we
second
forced.
round yet again,
And now it's
like
going to
the
end up going
first
10,
half.
11.
I hate highlighting these components of this game. Of
Now it
Valorant,
pushes
but I
us
think we need
further
to-
away.
Okay, that shot's
Might need a timeout.
Yudo-tan, someone who has been absolutely pivotal to a lot of successive rounds for Global Esports this stage, even, you know, regardless of them not winning maps, he's been such a solid rock for them. He's really getting cut down to size in this map so far.
Ooh, yeah, let's take a look, won't we? Down to 4 kills only, 11 deaths. It's been rough for him, especially in this first half. You would hope to see more now that he's deadlocked on the defense. He's beginning things with the Grafnet to hold, but PRX is nowhere to be found.
Again, Yudo, don't die. Yudo, don't die. Very, very pushed up.
They're not going to be playing a pretty bonus here. They take the knee, potentially concede the double digits to PRX, who will lose the first shot. Say Yudo-tan's name, and he fires in.
He traded at
Pickup
least.
nonetheless. Crystal now back in from ropes just to try to play around tower.
He's got his fabled weapon in the stinger.
Dark cover on the side though. Forsaken, he's TP'd upwards. Crystal, how could you possibly be aware? He bursts just to check. And now has a little bit more information. Forsaken then flush back into
You've got
sight.
the Gravnet back online for Kelly's too, so can combo with Darion.
Which could be even more damage given where PRX are currently positioned. All of them, though, from Global. Down ramp. Patman's watching it. You begin with the haunt, and it's easily dealt with. Patman then to re-peek, not quite finding the shots. Crystal, the Grafnet, it does go through.
Come from heaven also.
Quite collapse onto anyone.
Hey!
Jing and Divide just to spray through. Obviously into the choke point. PRX finding double digits.
Phantom does good things in that distance for Jing there when the opponents don't have all of the armors. Good work out from PRX when it may look a little bit awkward from the crossfires they're trying to establish. I'm thinking to myself,
I think Darion is off. That's very scary. Please don't.
As Patman, you've got a seize, you've got a prowler.
That's worrisome.
Is anything going to come out? Nope. It's
That
just
blind
gonna try
just
and
hurt us,
deliver,
yeah.
but it's Jing that does it a little bit better
Nice
from
play.
the distance. And now with the 3
Nice
shot
play,
that
nice play.
PRX
Good
find
play,
in
Jing.
this attacking side, we will finally see what the answer is going to look like for can they weather the buy-up of Global, or can Global do something on this defensive side now?
Well, we'll have to see Kelly stand up to the challenge for now. Darren as well, as they both hold around middle.
See how much utility you can bait out here as well. Wouldn't be too bad of a thing for Global, right? Remove a couple of these key components of PRX and it gets a little bit more tricky to potentially get something to dive in towards the site and how you're setting them up. But you got to remember, double duelist, right? Jing can definitely let him lead in if needed.
With some of the utility that has gone out by middle as well, you know, PRX possibly beginning to gather that this is the current defensive setup that GE is running. Just on his backside position around B. Easily dealt with. The paint shell's completely blowing up in his face. You also have Annihilation now from Kalias as an attempt, but unfortunately does not quite connect. You got Devi finding more shots down by middle, and it's just Yudotan left alone.
See what he can do in this 1 versus 5 to try and survive with the gun. Good for one, but just on the tail end here, I want to give a good little golf clap towards PRX and their, you know, tact as a unit, right? They were very cohesive in how they're going together into that B site. They're just sending in the utility with the Nightfall, going in, they're dodging the Annihilation. You've got a TP backside as well. You've got great paint shells from Jing, which really, you know, catch Papi off guard, for example, there. Just really good layering of utility to come out from PRX and make that B site execute pretty flawless. Like this round, for quote-unquote, is a flawless when it was decided.
Absolutely concur with that. Yudotan, though, looking for some good damage. And this will be my attempt at golf commentary. Devi chips it. Oh, and it goes in.
Hi, silly mistakes का शाला करतोस बाड़ा लोग.
Neither am I, honestly. I have no idea what I'm
ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. Can't lose rounds like these. Very, very hard. Very difficult when we make such basic mistakes.
Listen to us. Wait, what's the green thing?
Finally.
Grass.
Yeah, the green, isn't it? It's just called the green.
And there's like the fair.
Yeah, something
Look
like
at us exposing our lack of golf knowledge.
Let's pick a sport we actually know, or rather, let's play some Valorant.
मैं तो बोलता हूँ अगर PRX एक और राउंड जीत गया because ये हमारा इको होगा तो फिर से एक और टाइम आउट लो.
Desperately. They need to flip things the other side as Patrick who...
Oh, he's gonna take a Red Bull. Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you're getting some energy up somehow for this team, somebody needs to be, you know, bringing up the energy, right? You expect them to still be okay mentally right now. I think Darion's certainly having a bit of an outstanding performance in the consistency mark for this map, but the rest of the team, I mean...
I'm wondering what their economy's going to look like for the next round.
Yeah, Yudo trying to do what he could at the tail end of last round, of course, right? But you got a timeout here to really consider, I think more importantly, not really the economy, but how you're just getting back into this map. How you're getting a single defensive round on the board with what you've got available, right? How are you getting Darion to do something with the judge? How are you potentially, you know, setting up a trap with Kalias, with Yudotan? A lot of this utility over towards the A side of the map. You're looking out for any lurks up through mid with the one in the bottom of the ropes. You're looking out at the top of ramp as well.
Darren stuck in a garage, but yeah, the main hit into this Alpha site. Jing in with a showstopper does spot Papi out. So now a good idea that most of them are backside and screens.
Nice.
Something though, off of the top heaven position.
Too many.
Down. Onside. Forsaken and Petman as they march on through from ramps. In towards back screen then is where Jing finds his target. Yudotan still trying to play spoiler on the site.
One shot.
Jing to make quick work of him, and just down to Darren, who was transitioning over from the B side.
Remember, he's got a judge. Definitely need to see him upgrade a
switch
weapon. There's not one available at the ramps. The closest is wrapping around into the open at the entry choke of the site.
No gun.
No one will spot him there exactly.
Yeah, he's throwing the judge away.
It's good repositioning, by the way, for Jing, meanwhile.
Yes, that's going to be the main factor. Even if Petman falls around this position, which is apparently not likely, Petman still consistently finding his form with this PRX core.
Yeah, right now he is, you know, kind of dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's.
एक और कर ही दो टाइम आउट.
The void where needed around the map, setting up utility for them, just making sure that he's there to be the supporting cast for this roster. And if you're looking for somebody like that to be consistent for PRX, that's what you need.
40 assists last
year. Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But certainly, you know, we are seeing, you know, a new look towards PRX, right, with Patman in towards it and figuring out a lot of the roles for these players. And I mean, on this map, double duelist, as I said, playing the T1 style, it's looking all right. You know, it's been a bit awkward for him in terms of the actual kills. But you remember, he's found rounds by himself with the operator, with diving in towards the site.
Precisely. This time it's Divide in with the Outlaw, something up around the back. The sudden push out from Global, not a bad idea, but still getting punished by it now. Poppy has to hold off Garage by himself. The Haunt, the boom bot gives away his position. This could be
we lost this map.
Maybe. Someone check Jing PC. Through the smoke there, able to find the kill to give PRX the advantage in towards this post plant where they've got, well, spike down and one player advantage, as I said.
The Boombot gave him walls. That's what it was. Well, Crystal and Yudotan. Now, if Yudotan could possibly work his Neuro Theft to his advantage, maybe.
He's taking so long. You've got to expect the flank, right? Surely.
Yeah, the slow creep up. And now you kind of have an idea. Crystal, though, not too bad. Now the Nightfall. Possible chance. Hunt just to throw off the crosshair placement as well. Peeks out. But with the kills not found, Petman ends the map. The final scoreline bringing us to a 13-5 with PRX taking it away.
Yeah, and I mean, that is a flawless attacking side to come through from PRX as well. I didn't think I'd be saying that when you consider how, usual defensive leaning this map can be. Though, I mean, PRX certainly making the attacking side look good, showing a lot of vulnerabilities and weaknesses on the side of Global Esports. I think more individually than as a team. There were a lot of moments there where Global were just losing individual duels, not able to get the trades as well, specifically in a deadlock Cypher composition where a lot of their utility was disrespected, right? We didn't really see many traps work out for any kills. We didn't really see any Sonic sensors really
that
work
was
out
a
for
very
any kills
bad
either.
map.
So unfortunately,
every
for
round,
Esports, they will be dropping their map.
I can't believe we won the eco rounds and then threw the actual gun
they
rounds.
The curse of dropping the first map in a series for
once. It feels as though they have done their homework. They were quite aware of the possible plays.
Had a decent start.
Against them. Meanwhile, for Global, a couple of nice clutches. Poppy having a 1v1, but at the same time, like you mentioned, a lot of these moments, especially down by the second half, you just wanted to see more from it.
Absolutely, and I mean,
this was our map pick.
This game here decides who gets that fourth seed going in towards the playoffs. For a team like PRX, they've never not been in the playoffs, and for Global, they've never been in the playoffs. So they have to try and turn things around on map number 2 of Lotus, which is the pick of PRX.
Coach Elevated himself said that, he feels that this is the best possible chance that Global could get. PRX are at, they're somewhat lowest, but PRX have also broken their curse, beating DFM last week. It's been so good so far. They've gotten a flawless attacking round now. What's going to happen on Lotus? We're going to have to toss it to our desk to tell us.
3-4 rounds we lost because of time, and that just threw it.
I don't know how. We're just coaches of this fantasy league on Build Diff. You have to ask Coach Alex how they're going to do that on Lotus. Now, for Global Esports, had a interesting first half there on defense. They tend to do well on defense on splits, but PRX is looking. I would say this is the strongest I've seen them look in a while.
I mean, I feel like PRX knew this matchup. They knew what Global were going to be playing, and I feel like they countered it fairly well stylistically, as well as just having those individual pop-offs that PRX are known for. I feel like the individual level for this PRX team looked very high in this map 1, and it felt like
emote only chat. No. Why would I keep emote on?
I mean, G hasn't changed up
anything
on this map in quite a while. It's been their pick and their go-tos from kickoff. They haven't showed any different styles on it just yet. Shout out to Darian. He had a pretty good game on the Raze, honestly. Like I was saying, put Yudotan on the Raze, but he seemed very comfortable playing against some of the SGMY homies over on PRX. I'm sure players that he's very familiar with up to this point now. For PRX, I mean, they haven't played this map, like I said, since that T1 game in kickoff, and you knew that they were going to bring a different comp into this game, and they went back to what's comfortable for them, playing double duelists.
I appreciate you saying that, Alex, but unfortunately that's not the case.
And I think that combination of duelists plays very well into Cypher Deadlock. Not that they really had to play that much on attack, to be honest. Only a few rounds needed once they got the game across the line at 13-5, but you use the Yoru clone or use the Raze utility. These are some of the faster agents and the meta agents that are very, very good against Cypher Deadlock setups on defense.
It's very Singaporean to play 2 Razes, so 2 Singaporeans here in VCT.
Singapore Raze.
It is the Singapore Raze. We also had to give a little nod to something on the operator.
Yeah, we've seen over time, something did not start out this stage opping, and now we can see he's kind of stylistically moved back towards that a little bit more, and we saw that play out this game.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't actually end up having that good of a game, but he had a lot of op kills on defense, and you can see it here. He's actually doubled his op kills going going from week 4 into week 5, and now we're at the start of week 6. He's the second highest in kills for Operator in this competition. Famous is up here, but he's even just a little bit over Buzz, who we haven't seen play yet, but he is actually really getting the op out a lot, which you think about something before, he's stuck on the breach, he's holding a fault line out, now he's getting back on the duelist, he's getting active.
There's no reason he should have
the
lost
comfort
that
agent of
duel.
Jet when he's not feeling as comfortable on the Yoru, and he's getting the op out a lot more, which I know a lot of people have been asking for. It is his, I mean, entertainment factor probably in their own personal selfish self-interest as fans, but even PaperX now starting to mix it into their play, and it's having a decent amount of success for them.
I understand
But
it's
now when
frustrating,
you talk
bro.
about the flip side of it, I suppose. This
okay.
first half for Global was not like, I think the time has been a problem for this team. We spoke about it, the casters have spoke about it, but when you play Cypher Deadlock, especially with Astra, you need to play this slower style, but when you're trying to hit the site with 15 seconds left, everyone knows where you are, it's gonna get very, very difficult. And I think we saw that play out where they just didn't leave themselves enough time. They were routinely having to save. And then I think, especially when we look onto the flip side, we have some more replays we can dive into in just a second, where the only rounds that they did really manage to win, they won 1 Force Buy and 2 Thrifties. And those are rounds where you need to be grouped up a lot more. You need to be playing together. You need to be playing faster. They need to not let PRX dominate the map, which is what I felt like kind of happened.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you see a lot of teams actually. They have these game plans that are very intricate and slow moving. You know, I'm going to take.
Tenny, I
X amount
actually
of
like
space.
that copy paste.
In this case, it will be like Nebula or Cage across A main. They do a lot of late A finishes. They wait for PaperX to get aggressive. But when you do go onto these Force Buy rounds and these Thrifty rounds, a lot of players just let loose. You
Alex,
get
we
some
will talk about this
individual,
once the other map is over.
Ability to be able to take fights, to be able to make decisions. Things get a little bit looser, and sometimes there's a little bit of magic in that.
Yeah, I think definitely part of it is when you're on these lower buy rounds, you're allowed to take more risks. Players are more free, and that works for a lot of players because they don't feel the sort of the pressure of the round as much. And you know, we saw
Thank you so much, Prathu. I really appreciate your message and your membership
but, you know,
on YouTube.
When it
Thank
feels
you.
like those are really the only rounds you can win, that tells me that there's some of the problem in your attack.
They are. They got 5 rounds. We got 2 Thrifties and a Force Buy. We got 5 rounds, guys. That's not going to cut it. Something is not working here.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was talking about Singapore, but also we have 2 Southeast Asian teams representing all across Southeast Asia. And for like kooky things for like this to happen, I would only expect from these kind of players. Now, the casters did mention map 2, and obviously Global is going to need to step it up to have any chance at all to make it into playoffs. And PaperX on the other hand
map pick हार के अभी
away
उनकी
from
map pick पे
securing
जीतने
that
चले
last
हम.
and final slot.
Yeah, we've seen PaperX kind of debut a new style recently on this map, which has been looking pretty good. Then once again, I mean, they're playing a lot of double duelists at the moment, but it is going to be, at least the last time they played it, something on the Yoru, Jing on the Raze. It looked very good for them the last time that they played it, again in that DFM series, I believe it was, where they were able to win pretty convincingly. And I like the approach on a lot of these rounds. You had Forsaken once again on the Omen, which he was playing again there on Split. He's starting to look like one of the more comfortable Omen players in PaperX, which I know that they've been having a little bit of a crisis of who can play Omen well in the last little bit, and then a lot of people were saying, well, they're struggling to play Omen well.
Thank you for the 100, Aryan, and trust me, I am
make sense in my head. Turns out
as disappointed, if not more.
So no worries there.
What can't he play?
Everything.
Are you sad about him being taken off Waylay?
Not anymore.
I like
I'm okay with it now.
I didn't mind the Waylay style, and I actually really like it when some of the teams, like I remember when Secret played it, when Talon played it, we might even see Talon play it later, because Lotus, we really wouldn't be surprised to see that come out in the series against T1, but yeah, I didn't mind it, but I actually like this comp for their team a lot better. It utilizes the whole team. You're not throwing something on a breach or something like that, so I think that's going to go better for them. For GE, we've seen them play this map a little bit as well. They kind of been playing that RRQ style, but without the Viper, they got the Cypher in instead, so you're going to see
chat,
a lot more
means
trap plays
YouTube
with
pe have kept
breach
members
KO
only
and
chats,
Cypher,
only members
and
are
then
chatting
you've
there.
got,
The
Yoru
rest are
being
coming
played
to
there
Twitch
as well.
for chat.
So I wonder if they're going to stick to that. Because I can't remember if Darion did play Yoru very much at all. So, but they might just throw him on the Raze or a Comfort Agent, something like that. That would also be fine, I think.
Yeah, I do think things will probably be, if they want to stick with this Cypher over the Viper, things might get tough for them when you're playing against Yoru Raze. They both have easy ways to break those trips, so trying to hold those sides with Cypher is going to be much harder than if they do decide to swap
Thank you so
to
much.
that Viper. So I am curious if they're going to try and change things up. I think they're going to know that PRX are bringing the same double duelist style that they just brought on Split. So I wouldn't be against the change here for GE, especially with the change of kind of personnel, with Darion, you know, being on that duelist role more permanently now.
I don't think you're going to see Yutatan on a Viper. I don't think that's going to happen.
I agree
I think
with
it
you.
would only happen if, like, Yutatan is playing the duelist or something like that. But I think they're going to stick with it. And I was pleasantly surprised by Darion that game. Darion definitely was an issue on GE for me in that map.
Yeah, I think it's been sort of evident that the current coaching staff wanted Darion back in, and I can see that potential why. We did see Darion play like this once upon a time, so it's good to see that come back here to his full potential. That stat there, I couldn't catch it quick enough. Was that from with Darion still playing, or is that Patrick Hu stat?
I think the last time they played Lotus, Patrick Hu was in, right?
Yeah, it was.
So
I haven't seen Darion playing Yoru. I'm pretty sure it was Patrick Hu on the Yoru. We saw it against DFM, and then I think another series against Talon, maybe. I can't remember.
Talon's in the other group. It must
in the other group.
DRX or Gen G.
DRX or Gen G. Yeah. Well, they definitely did. I think they've played this comp twice, and I definitely do remember Patrick Hu running out against DFM and them not doing anything, and he was just killing people for free. That definitely happened. So it was against Boom. Apparently. How confident are we?
Thank you very much.
100%.
Our wonderful guest is helping us out with the stats.
Komodo
is carrying the desk. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see. I think I would like to see changes from Global, but they are sticking with what they know here. Darion is on the Yoru, same Breach Teo style, and Yutatan staying on that Cypher. As I just mentioned, he will have a rough time because PRX are running double duelist.
Yeah, I think the Yoru is going to help a little bit against the Vice.
Again, double duelist.
But once again, you're going to see this double duelist comp. Jing, you know, he's been a little bit miss on the Raze last time that they did play. I did like something on the Yoru. This is one of his more comfortable Yoru maps, although he looked a little bit out of it on Split initially, and also on Pearl, he swapped back over to Jet. This is a map where something on the Yoru worked very well for them, and they have a lot of setups built around it where he might be solo A and they're masking A pressure, and then they've got a trap prepped somewhere else. So hundreds maps for something. There you go, and it's going to be on the Yoru.
It is. Funnily enough, when he was saying, I'm not so comfortable on the Euro, and like you said, this map, the last time we saw it last week against DFM, he looked like a Euro player. He didn't look like a Jet player. He looked like he was playing Euro the way Euro is meant to be played. So let's see if he can repeat that performance, because it was phenomenal last week, or if GE can bring this to a third map and get closer to playoffs. We're going to send it back to our casters, Komodo and Quack.
Thank you very much.
Not banning for what you typed, banning for the name.
Got the something. You're back at it again. He was doing pretty amazing things from the operator in map 1.
Because it's misleading.
And this is also a map where PRX last had a 10-2 defensive first half against DFM last week.
Gotta remember though, DFM was the game that Global Esports managed to win on this map, but then they lost to Boom Esports, which is what we're following up on that, where we did see Patrick Hu on the Yoru. Now we've got Darion slipping in there, but what it was a 13-1 loss against Boom. So I don't really know how much stock that we have for GG for Global Esports in this map, but we will see if it's not going to be a quick GG here.
Hopefully not. That said, though, we do have something already pushing out from door. Ooh, almost died, but Gate crashes away just in the nick of time.
Yeah, it's a 4-1 spread around the map now for PRX because of that too. Creep up control.
Daiso look pushing from C. This is not good at all.
Forsaken delivered in that first round, previous map, with his smokes. Currently, though, trying to keep himself concealed.
Wonder how much time Global Esports wait before opting to go in towards.
Again, we'll wait till time runs out. Makes sense.
Will go open courtesy of the salvos, and then they start to flood in together as a team.
All out through the rotating door from C.
Nikalo.
Something unfortunately will fall.
500 of them.
You also have Jing and the rest of the gang just around the cage.
They're all there.
Yudotan.
They're all there. 3-3-3. Call karo. Wait, kya kar rahe ho?
The shot's not connecting. Defy finds it instead. Yudotan swings back out, but Patned takes the trade off towards where GE are playing then, though, around A-Link. They've got a good angle against the spike. Jing looking to stick it halfway, gets off at the
Nice.
right time, but still not quite able to react in kind.
आजा आराम से
Will eventually come online for Crystal.
Oh, and he's just staying tucked away as well. They hear the
No,
footsteps,
no!
but now Crystal has to take the shot. Oh, not quite able to find it. Forsaken racking up kills up to a triple.
Angry Forsaken. He has got his runners on there, and he has hunted them down for the 1 versus 3 Red Bull clutch to come on out. I thought the Global might have been able to come away with that, but when you see some awkward shots coming out from Papi and Darion, Yudotan not able to get the immediate trade, makes it look a little bit awkward and worrisome. But, I mean, respect has been certainly commanded in this round from PRX, hasn't it? They are not scared to just take these fights here in this one. And as I said, Salvos eventually would come online for Crystal, but Forsaken just wants to get ahead of that one, feeling confident on the kills, and, well, it doesn't faze him. It does not faze him. His 10th clutch to come in for VCT Pacific.
How about that? Reaching new milestones as well. That's got to feel good. And that gives them a little bit more confidence to hold down the sight lines against a gate crashes away. G looking to regroup themselves.
Yeah, force up from Global as well because they got the plant down and it went down to, you know, just 1 player surviving from PRX in the last round. Now though, spread around Mound. Sorry, Rubble. See if they're going to opt to stick around A, or if they will look to go and pivot in towards the B side again, or try and bait in PRX to any unexpected crossfires.
Feels like they're looking for CQB duels on this A side, and the force by Komodo worked out for them in map 1.
Salvo's back online for Crystal. Stealth Drone goes in first. You want to combo a little bit of this utility to get the tree control.
Oh, something with the timing though. Just out from
Nice.
the smokes, but look at that! Stingers aplenty, and GE will collect on kills as well. Forsaken though finding 1, a second as well. And he
Give him
does get
5,
away
6
from the
more,
special
no?
delivery, but he knows that there are too many players surrounding him. Yudotan, fantastic to capitalize. Just a Vi now.
Something about these force ups or thrifties in global esports.
मेरे को नहीं देखना 250 लोग मरेंगे बाबा
Quite aware as to where
फिर से
Devi
1v3
could show up from, especially with the smoke blocking off stairs. Devi just as to try to go in for a peek, he had the utility in hand, so a little bit unfortunate, but good kill coming out from Yudotan.
Yeah, maybe needed to see a little bit more productivity from PRX to get some information when they've got the members around the A site there, but it's just the creepiness that comes up, right, from the likes of Global, silently waiting for some of that utility to come back online before ultimately exploding together. Like, that one feels like a pretty drilled round from them, and you know, one you can kind of emulate in scrims if you're in a situation like that, even on your rifles, for example. They just play it a little bit with the lesser subbies there of the Stingers, which is a little bit more favorable when you do get close up and personal.
Lesser subbies?
Lesser subbies. Submachine guns.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We're learning Aussie slang now.
That might just be me slang. Not 100% sure.
Darion, too close.
Thing. Well, nonetheless, it is going to be PRX stacking up with 4 onto this A
Nikal,
site.
nice.
Darren, though, with the Outlaw will
Chappal to khaya hai.
Hunter's on though. See if these pistols can do something. Damn. PRX getting really up close.
Nice. Nice. One more. Nice, Yudo.
Finally in the game.
Yeah, no chance at all. I mean, those footsteps were very audible. So Yudotan, great to rack those up. Now he's got the Neuro Theft for future rounds. Devi, once again,
Don't drop any. Not from him.
Try to find whatever he can. Good little swing out. Takes Yudotan down. But of course, the trade coming out then from Papi.
Yeah, getting the Neural Theft going online for this belated bonus round is going to be pretty good for Global, you would expect, if they're able to waltz around the map as well and push PRX out of Mound. They're able to get the orb there, and then they get a dimensional drift online for Darion. So there's an opportunity that they definitely could steal away this next round, depending on what they look to do and depending on how aware PRX are going to be towards this C site, where they've not really gone for too much of the Mound control either themselves. Specifically now, judging by positions as well, they're not really going to be able to do something with just Devi holding that one. So this will be a pretty good start to the round for Global Esports to get that dimensional drift online and act out from there.
Yeah, keeping PRX conditioned over onto the A side. Well, at least Jing will pick up an alt orb as well, though, so possibly for future rounds. But right now, Devi has to do some heavy lifting. Feeling the pressure coming out. Here's footsteps onto the other side.
Let's just put more thorns
कौन सी साइड पे कौन अटैक करे क्या हो रहा है मेरे को कोई बताएगा
end over at this C site where you've still got the shield
Nice.
up the
Go back
front
to A.
of B and a pivot available with
जो भी कर रहे हो अच्छा ही करो
you feel any more pressure towards C, but you didn't have an idea if anyone was pushed up there. That's why the thorns get popped, and now you've got Global Esports looking to get some Mound control.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, and he's getting suppressed as well. So Forsaken not able to TP out. He does run into a link.
Oh,
back to
puppy.
stairs,
Oh,
maybe
puppy.
a heaven.
Oh, puppy.
But this is
Very
a
scary
slight opportunity
puppy.
for Global Esports to possibly get more leg room around the A site.
Oh,
Just need to have a
puppy.
good, decisive call, though,
Nice.
for Global. If they're going to pivot towards the C site, now's kind of the
my
time.
watch.
They're starting to run it over, but 30 seconds, you're exactly right. Defy for all of the
What was
information.
that?
Collat picked up. You know, time to trade right back though. As
How,
Padman peeks out
bro?
from Pillar. Now Defy continuing to hold tight
How,
angles around the
bro?
C site. He's looking for more. Jing trying to get in with the kills as well. Blast back
How,
through, but
bro?
Poppy good on the shots off the Guardian.
And now you got to reposition.
Now he'll go
Poppy.
A,
Satan
he'll
has
plant,
already
and then
started to
1v1 will
waltz
happen
on
against
over.
Forsaken.
Will he expect
Forsaken
to
will come running,
unbreakable
then
door
Forsaken will
also
blind,
be open.
and he won't know where he's
Smokes
from,
up as well.
and he'll spot
Not
him.
quite watching the angle,
And
though,
then that will happen.
Forsaken. Crosshair placement, sharp and precise. He's gonna get the kill to bring Paper X up to 2.
Anti,
What am
anti,
I
anti.
being a little
Anti.
bit ambitious of Jing to get in there
Anti.
with the satchels through the rotating door to help out Defy as well.
Very anti.
Specifically when I'm looking at how close Papi is towards from the shadows as well. You know, if he's given the light of day to get that one off and bring the spike with him towards the A site, there might have been a real opportunity for him. I believe he even had the Archros available at the right location. Towards bound 2 potentially there, but this one right here, hey, at least he got the one trade to bring it into the 1 versus 1 at the end there for Forsaken to be able to clutch that again.
A little bit eager, but you know, I'm not gonna fault a brother for trying to help another brher out.
It's not
We'll
lucky,
see
it's experience.
What happens then? We do have
Smoke
Padman on the
kills,
judge now.
blind kills.
Crystal up.
I
Crystal
personally
up?
would like to see something get a little bit more confident on this Yoru.
Okay then.
Speaking of Yoru, Darion for his second ever appearance on this agent.
Oh yes.
From what I was able to see, it looks like the last time it was played was in some sort of overtime variety where he did go double negative. So,
So this is Coach Elevated, just trying to stick to the same composition.
Oh
Darren
my.
clearly still able to make it work though. How proficient? Well, we have yet to see that so far.
Oh
right
my.
now it's an
Oh
opening
my.
pick. Something also down low.
He's moved to the other side.
Darion's
Crystal.
certainly capable of learning in the server, it seems, at the moment to
No. Oh my.
chop and change with the team.
Nice.
Shot out from him there on a Jing. This is looking like a well-formulated round for Global so far. And
Nice,
now even
Crystal.
better when it's a 5 versus 2 situation.
And Paper X
Nice.
slowly getting picked apart. You do have Divide with the same card, but it's 2 on 5.
Yeah, it'd be pretty risky to drop that one in. You can already see by the position of the Paper X members
Plant,
that they're just going to have
plant,
to
plant.
call for a save in this
Save.
sort of situation.
Nice.
And with the credit mark in this round, I don't really favor Global Esports going for a hunt here. You can understand if Kelly S wants to, but I mean,
No, no, no,
kind of
just don't hunt, just
play
wheel.
respectful at this one. It's early in the half. You want to balance out
Play
your own
safe.
economy. Just let them save this
Don't
one.
go
and
hunt, it's
stew
okay,
in
let
the
them
fact that
save.
Global will
Just play safe.
win a actual gun round for once.
Yeah.
Play safe. Slow and
Slightly
steady.
working off of time, but it's also with the confidence gained from the opening picks that they found. It's not too bad, and I would
Come
like
on,
to
guys.
jest, but 2v5 was a round that went by last week against Paper X from DFM.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is obviously a different scenario.
For sure. And now you've got a little bit of time to just,
Come on.
converse things over at the tail end of this round. Immediately seeing better impact, better positioning. I think a little bit better calls as well, specifically where the boom game is concerned for Global Esports.
Let's go, Emmy. I can hear you scream GE fighting.
Scoreline was a 13-1 in favor of boom. And in this one, yeah,
Nice shot,
already a little bit
Crystal.
more delivered to us from Global
Timeout,
Esports.
let's
Timeout,
go.
though, from Paper X you'd expect here. To further
I mean, Flash,
convert
if you're asking for it, then
More time, why not? Certainly if you feel like you need it. Meanwhile, on the other side, I mean, Darren certainly has been quite the upcoming.
Emmy, don't stress, bro. Why- I mean, mods can ban. ठीक है, चलो, ban कर दे क्या? Ban कर दे.
Now, off to the
Bolo,
Euro
chalo.
second
You want me to
time
clean
ever.
up chat? I'll
You
clean up
mentioned
chat.
Komodo, and he's still kind of picking things up, and he's able to perform.
ये लो.
Paper X,
Time to clean up chat. Ban,
they've
ban,
been
ban,
getting
ban,
picked
ban.
apart, at least
Left,
in
right,
the
and center
previous
ban.
round,
कर
trying
दे
to
clean
gain
up
some
chat.
Positioning around A main.
Ban,
What's it going to be for the next round?
क्या करेगा ban?
I think more importantly for me, it's Global getting a sense that they can do
आराम
things
से
together as a
बोलने दो
team,
ना
making
बाबा.
sure that the trades are going to be there and making sure that Darion's like
दिल पे
not
चोट
too
लगी है.
far
They're
in front
feeling
of the
hurt
team
that we're
as well,
losing.
right? When you are running the composition that they are running on the solo Yoru, you really don't want Darion just going on yonder and losing his life with no real impact in the round, right? Looking like a headless chicken. So making sure that he is together with the team and getting set up by the likes of Kali S, by the likes of Crystal. Crystal as well. It's quite important. You want to see Yudo time.
Stack C. Stack C, boys, go A plant.
To go around
Let's go.
Especially with the fact that Global still has an op in the equation as well. You know, this kind of means that PRX is going to have to think twice if they're going to peek out, you know, Rubble and Mound as well. Yep, they do have
something.
Up by Mound
Oh, they have 3 people to
waiting
peek.
for the pot play, right? You can spot out what you can from something. You can have an Arcros go and you can try and peek out together as the team, but without seeing anything, it's on to Forsaken to communicate if he hears anything towards the A side of things, for example, for then call that they need to do something at Mound and then rotate.
I mean, just go A.
Silently.
It's okay.
Pistols as well, which is, you know, kind of an unfortunate situation for PRX. But that said, off to the A site now, Global beginning to retrieve some information, some crucial intel.
Darion spotted absolutely nothing over at this A site at the moment.
No.
Get some
Timing! 1 second.
Free kill.
Bro, that was just bad timing,
for Global.
bro.
It makes things a little bit weird in this round where there's 2 rifles, 4 PRX, couple of pistols. That gun that's dropped towards spawn, not
just unfortunate timing. Literally,
wow. Advantage where a situation like this, Quack, the Steel Garden investment could be large.
However, that comes down to you.
Bro, why throw, bro?
The angle, unfortunately, gunned down by Jing. Showstopper possibly getting deployed in the round. Kelly S just trying to play up by drop. Not quite spotted out yet, but here comes that rocket. Not quite landing as well. Kelly S then
still there,
something. The Steel Garden getting the primary weapons jammed, but Kelly S onto the go, still able to find some shots. Forsaken now from the back, but hit on by the shorty. Petman now with a Phantom finds the kill. Jing off to the defeat.
Good eco, guys. Good thrifty.
To find that first kill up in mid without a trade.
Very good thrifty.
The Sheriff shots coming through from
exactly what we deserve
as the team, right? In that scenario,
what was that?
I'm expecting that kill to just be assisted by the pretty much everyone at PRX looking at the right location. A thrifty round to end it out. I mean, yeah, look at it. All of their guns are ready for that duel just there. And then, as I mentioned, Steel Garden in makes a lot of sense. Blood together as a team, hunting down Global Esports members. A thrifty round to come through from PRX. They also get now the operator out for something who is currently 060. If you flip it around, it's 006, and we all know what happens at 007.
Oh, you gotta look to crack that egg. We do like James Bond, but
let's
not go there, shall we?
Well, maybe it will be Die Another Day.
No.
Okay, Yudotan to hold the angle, but yeah, this time it's going to be Global Esports trying to assert some presence over onto the C site. Vi has been relegated to play a safer position by Waterfall.
If Crystal wants to try and sell any sort of fake here, it's just going to be the drone to go out by itself. So he's just going to wait to see what he can spot. Over eagerness potentially here from the PRX members. Yudotan spotted out, by the way, during gate crash, and Crystal noted as well. So it's going to cause some investment of util for PRX. Meanwhile, eyes on the prize of this C site for Global is the eventual end.
Well, yes, the op noted as well, and that's why they have decided to push into the C site now, especially alongside this Armageddon. In case something might have gate crashed over onto this part,
waterfall
the Armageddon renders him useless. Then to Devi, though, who's holding out by Waterfall.
No, how?
On the 2
Dude!
kills. Now even breaking clones as well.
What is this?
Trying to do his best, but still PRX able to flood and swarm
Dude, this
back
was
in
a
with the retake.
timeout bulala, bro. This was
has just
a Devi demolition.
Brutalized them, hasn't he? 4 kills in the round.
This is proper Devi demolition.
A duel fought throughout. The aftershock in water as well, right? You're just considering that that's going to keep him locked in the corner, but he's just going to play on the back with the visual clutter and go for the kill. He's got assistance from Patman as well, bringing in with the Nightfall. Just delivering the goods there for him. That is a pretty well-structured retake to come through from PRX when they just have the idea eventually that it is going to be the C site, right?
Oh, and look at that.
Thank you.
See him
Thank you for the quick time
early to stick around in the site. Happy to play proper retake.
I couldn't agree more, Komodo. And for the past 2 rounds with PRX playing like this, you gotta love how Uncle David is able to provide so much more value to the team now on this Vi's role. His Steel Garden won than that Thrifty.
I will say though, Quack.
Yes.
Bad Komodo is coming here. I got my shades on.
Thank you so much, Prakhar Tripathi, for the 179. Really appreciate the super chat.
That Devi did flash himself.
Couple times, yes. Yep.
But he's learned his lesson.
Yep.
This time, don't use the utility. Just shoot.
Just shoot.
Just shoot.
That's how you play Vice. I gotta imagine the Riot devs, if they are watching somewhere, you know, also feeling like really happy seeing that Steel Guard around. Like, this is
Thank you,
what we
Amy.
envisioned for this agent.
I mean, remember, Vice did just have a nerf coming on a couple of, you know, what, 2 patches ago or something
प्रियांशु
like that
हमारा
now, where
Wikipedia
you've got
जाके देख लेना
Razor
वैसे
time on the Razor Vines
जो
and
आप बोल रहे हो
such,
एकदम
so,
गलत है
you know, still a pretty viable agent, you know, I think personally, in the way that the teams are adopting Vice as well. Meanwhile, folks, back on our something counter, not 007. He did get a
Zyrox, it's a good place, man.
All right, and it's still the
situation for
op,
us,
you know,
right.
present in the round. So GE does have to figure that out, but currently going for rubble control. They have.
He's
know,
got
they
out.
felt a loss.
He's got out of that one, hasn't he?
So quick off to it.
Kill onto towards Darion, rotating door, still rotating, and his Shroud stepped in towards there, and no one's shot at him.
Still has one more TP as well. GE kind of trying to think tactically around this situation, thinking to rotate back in towards B, but Jing is there.
Just a round of duels at the moment for PRX.
I mean,
Not
one
letting
by
these
one,
guns
जाओगे
find
तो
any
यही हाल
opportunity
होगा.
from Global, and now in a 5 versus 2.
We're literally fighting one
We
by
need to
one.
see Kalias and Crystal do something pretty destructive to get back into this one.
Given the positions, though, they are somewhat susceptible to spams. PRX trying to keep themselves with minimal exposure, hiding behind corners, and that's when Crystal will find his first headshot. One hit cracked, looks for an opportunity to slip into the B side, re-peeks, takes down another player, but Jing, oh Jing, you're just happy to clean things up for PRX.
Yeah, so far, 3 on the trot on this defensive side, starting to play with a little
हमारा
bit of
काम ही है
feedback as
थोड़ा
well,
ऐसा
right?
hope
Building up
देना
a little bit of the
ताकि
economy
ऐसे
there.
लगे कि
Jing
possible
far
है.
out in front of the rest of the team. As we just see a lot of these duels in that round, won by PRX pretty cleanly. You know, a little bit of damage delivered and only 1 casualty, or 2 casualties rather, at the end of that one. But you'll still be pretty happy with how things did result there on the back of a timeout as well, right? Nothing really eventuating for Global Esports there, but another buy up they will present. A lot of rubble control to be established by PRX, and I think if you're Global Esports, you need to recognize that these slower paced rounds have not been working, so you got to get a little bit of a quicker wriggle on. The Shia is not at the front of C. You've got an Omen, you've got a Yoru. You can get to the back of this C site early.
Oh, but they're feeling some, well, I'm afraid to say this word, but PTSD. They knew that Devi has been playing on the C site.
And he's got the Stim card yet again, remember? So just the success of a couple moments ago on that A site now reenactable. Speaking about something.
Yeah!
Hey, we're on the board!
Woohoo! You're gonna pop some party streamers and everything, but yeah, back into the C site, precisely with this possible Steel Garden. You know, slight mishaps here and there, but they are able to get boots on the ground on C. With that, maybe the spike as well, but then the Steel Garden comes out. They're pushing all the way through just to try to wrangle more space, but Jing denies it outright. Forsaken blocking off B pillar as well, and now, oh, something. You're just pushing Kelly S away. He's looking for some kills right back, though, but out of the gate crash, and it's into the shorty. Something not letting Global Esports breathe at all.
1 HP. It's close, but he gets it done. I was looking at actually the positioning off screen from Crystal. The Steel Garden, we saw the tail end of it, looking to remove his gun up through the middle of the pillars, but Forsaken stuck around and found the kill the whole time with the operator. So even the heads up and disciplined play to come through from PRX, that they know that potential lurk is coming because they didn't spot him on the hit. They didn't see the Taeho utility in towards the site when they opt to fall back towards the holes, towards Waterfall. So you got to be really aware that Global Esports are liking to have these little later lurks from somebody to come around the map. And oh dearie me.
It would appear that a client has crashed.
I think we've been pretty good here in Pacific so far, dodging a lot of these tech pauses.
Yeah, we have been. Most of the group stage has been pretty, you know, tech pause-less so far.
Yeah.
But we cannot keep things clean. Things that go up eventually go down sometimes, Komodo. It's just the reality of things.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster. They go up, they go down.
It's gravity.
You know what doesn't go, what is it? Down while up? An umbrella through a chimney. Can't make the umbrella go down a chimney while it's up. Doesn't fit.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's just the, what do you call it, surface area.
Yeah. Tech pause though. Players can't talk in this sort of situation, but we can. So unfortunately now everyone's got the podcast with us. This guy wants to riot gun buddy. Please, with 3 Zs.
3 Zeds. I don't know how lucky you're gonna be, how lucky you're gonna get with that one. Maybe if you hunt some of the reds.
I don't know if I caught it. I didn't see the gamer name in there with the hashtag and everything to give it to. So maybe gotta find
maybe
it.
It's
I didn't see
Korean.
it. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Potentially. Regardless though, PRX, man. They
something found his first kill.
Yep, getting a bit of a wriggle on how to play this defensive side on this map. Happy enough to play a lot of the retake style, which was quite successful from Boom, for example. Happy to let Global Esports either get into the site completely as 5 and go for the full retake.
Ashen, there are quite a few people. There's about 7-8 people over there.
Pretty strong retake, or a lot of the time as well,
Saat
just
आठ
getting in
लोग
there
हैं
beforehand
हमारे
and throwing a spanner in the works too.
That's it though. Allow me to try to pick your brain
कोरिया
a
में
little
और
bit, Komodo.
लोग
Because
physically
Global
नहीं हैं.
Esports are definitely a formidable team. They have potential. We've seen them swing rounds where they have thrifties being picked up. They force bot with the Stinger and they manage to turn things around a little bit. Just when it comes down to some of these rounds, they begin to, I don't know, lose the lead.
There's some miscommunications from the outset that I think is one of the things, right? By positioning and timing, or even layering in towards these executes as well. Like the thing that I highlighted in the previous round was a paranoia comes in a little bit later on from Pappy, and that blinded Darion when he TP'd in towards the back of site. Like imagine a scenario where there's players on the C site from PRX. It's not just fully disconnected and Thorns popped, right? They'd be dead to rights, free of charge in those sort of scenarios. So it's this indecision making coupled with some ill timings on a couple of these moments in time, either repositioning around the map or utility specifically as well, that does make things look a little bit awkward and can be their undoing. Because don't get me wrong, they've got some pretty good rounds.
Thank you again for the
we saw some pretty good
177,
rounds from them over
179
on
super
Split,
chat.
but
Prakat
more often
Tripathi.
than not, we just see better decisive rounds from the other teams.
Yeah, there you have it. And I couldn't agree more because, well, this is Darion's second official Yoru game. I don't entirely fault him for having some of these mishaps with the flashes, but they do happen. And at the same time, like you mentioned, the indecisiveness. We've been talking about it since map 1. Possibly another thing is also just the fact that they're not using the tense mouse, Komodo.
Aren't they?
I don't think so.
I would actually taken complete stock on the
I'm not
peripheral
entirely sure either.
usages of the players here.
Speaking of mice, though, I do know that you are quite the
getting into my
aficionado.
mice connoisseurness on broadcast.
This guy uses finger. His mouse is like
20
super
21
tiny,
grams pure carbon fiber.
ridiculous, insane. I don't know how you make it work, but you make it look good. But that said, yes, still with the tech pause, bear with us.
It's it's one of these things as well where it's like Split, of course, in the veto chosen by Global Esports. It makes sense when they're allowed to pick that one. I don't see a world in which they don't pick Split. So expect that one, and then they've got their choice of the veto as well.
Yeah.
Global
If we do lose, by the way,
okay,
there will be
PRX
changes.
remove
I'm just saying.
understandable. I think looking at this veto, it may very well have been one to be an expected result for both of these teams. The decider, of course, between Ascent and Pearl, that PRX get to choose towards Pearl, which to me is a bit of an interesting one, because ending on Pearl I think would be really spicy when we consider what PRX did last week against DFM, and we also look towards what we've seen so far from Global, right? They played it against Gen G where it was a mid-range loss. They had a really close win against DFM in the opening week, trying to change things agent-wise as well. So there's options, right? We can definitely see a lot of these options here from them.
Possibly. But first, you've got to make your way through this current Lotus map.
Yeah,
and it's
because
not as
Ashen
though
वो
G
करने
can't
से
do it.
roster और इस पे कोई असर नहीं पड़ेगा.
You lose 2-0. You have only won against DFM in a 2-0 fashion. You didn't get a single map against all the other teams.
Nirmal saying thank you so much for joining membership on
kind of
YouTube.
Rework
Thank
things
you.
come stage 2.
It's the entire cake. I think sometimes, well, the cake is a lie, and sometimes you have just these situations where it's really tough for GE as well. I mean, okay, the timeout. Oh no, we went from a tech pause to a timeout.
Common.
Okay.
Pretty common when you've got a lengthy tech pause and you potentially even forget what was discussed just beforehand. But
Yes, I ignored you because
dive into their second
you know why.
out of the map now.
And if you don't, मैं फिर से कर सकता
And
नया
that's one of
account
the
पे
other
भी.
things that I was just about to go into, with the fact that Global Esports, while they do have a pretty good chance at maybe taking down PRX, who have been on a bit of a loss streak, cracked that loss streak against DFM last week.
Yeah.
Global have gone through their own host of issues as well. You know, elevated, promoted to head coach mid-season. Patrick Hu with some visa issues, and then you got Darian coming back in as well. They have some good ideas. They have some.
Thank you for the super chat,
at certain times. We saw a little bit of it onto Lotus, especially when they were, you know,
not gonna happen. Don't worry. You won't
up.
see us in
exploded all over the A site. But after that point, you know, without much information or without much decisiveness,
yes, Ashen
you
Quarter.
see them lose rounds to
make sure you take the membership. Sub milega.
Getting there's players getting picked off by Forsaken, who just TPs in towards Rubble and out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Global Esports maybe go for something a little bit quicker here, but getting in towards a site and not immediately trying to set themselves up for a post. They need to take the challenge towards PRX here, even maybe before going for the full plant, take it a little bit further to them. You know, change it up, right? You've got Dimensional Drifters Darion to sniff out a lot of this information. That could definitely set up your team to get a little bit further into a site. Not specifically the A site, though, because PRX have already scared you away a little bit here.
Yeah, just pressing the button on that door as well. Certainly trying to make some noise towards B, though. The fake out already used. Okay.
Toying from PRX. Toying with a little bit of the rotations here. You'll set up the sheer wall over at the C side of things for PRX, and majority of your forces ready for a mound trap. Meanwhile, the A site eventually, the hit for Global Esports is a very similar setup to what we saw previously with Forsaken being a little bit closer to the breakable door to get the information. But now, PRX have the mound information, and they should know that this is going to eventuate towards the A site for Global Esports. Quack, my question though is, do they go a little bit further than the site itself to stave off PRX?
Comes down to how much Darian can find, I think. Good that the team was able to follow through on the dimensional drift, but now you're hearing some fake footsteps off to drop as well. Something trying to throw them off his scent, and then for the rest of PRX to group up behind.
Yeah, you can't use that gate crash, unfortunately, there as old mate Darion, you're stuck in towards the site, but you've got a lot to do here with the team. Let's see if Global can get this.
PRX quite aware of
nice.
where the G players
too many,
are,
too many, too many.
Take the first hit
too many.
Down by Tree. The second one kill going free as well. 4v3 now. And PRX continues to push on through. Immediate salvos from Crystal, though, does push PRX off position just a bit. Jing then taking Poppy down by the back. Unfortunately, TP is not quite favoring him now, but all of a sudden, look at the kills. The stingers from Crystal and Darion just decimating PRX in whole. Thrifty found by Global Esports.
It's another Thrifty
nice
that
off
they're
save,
able
Darion.
to pull away
Let's
with.
go.
They can't convincingly get a proper round, it feels like, but at least that one is across the board. The from the shadows that does come out there as well.
Slow and steady. Thank you, Emmy, for the screaming.
A little bit more questionable is Jing.
This hurt very bad.
Spray time, an issue at the end of that one, not for Global, but for PRX. Can't establish themselves on the spike early enough because of the damaging util that the salvos provides. Global hold on to try and tie up at the half if possible.
I mean, they should stick to Stinger, I agree.
Decent start. Got ops now on both sides as well. Yoru for Yoru, but something with the peek out from Mound.
Give me more, he says.
This is I said.
Should
stick to Stinger.
From Global Esports. And they don't even bait out the sheer.
Quickly shot down by Jing.
Yeah, makes it really awkward.
Back ho jao. Nice,
Darion.
Darion. Back ho jao. Back ho jao. Back ho jao.
To balance out in the 4 versus
4,
you take that.
SG versus SG.
Back ho jao.
Darion, good for a bit of an opener, but now you've got to trip the sheer
call,
wall.
City call,
or
City call.
For everyone just to hop on at the same time. He will trip it. And then for Crystal to try to lurk around
this
all Forsaken.
Crystal's lurks have not really worked out too much, have they? Now you get the information from the shadows from Forsaken. I think he might have even spotted all 3 members out just then.
A little bit odd for the initiator to lurk as well, but that said, it's going to be something on this Yoru.
And he's still got Thorns available as well on something's call.
Yeah, quick off to it.
Nice!
Ooh, shorty swing. They both had the same idea, but Darren just dunked on him a little bit quicker.
Okay, waterfall, waterfall.
But PRX quick to back in as well. Forsaken looking for a cheeky angle. Prowler will go through, not quite finding anyone. Just clearing out the front portion of the site. Then Rolling Thunder to push PRX further back. Shorty though! And that's Kelly has cut down by half around the torso. Darion now just marking Forsaken. Still going for the crosshair wiggle. He has an op after all. Will
Nice.
find his target, and then
Let's
for
go.
Udotan to slay the rest of PaperX down.
The crossfires in the
Slow
end
and
there,
steady,
Dario,
slow and
for
steady.
Udotan being very patient to
One
not
more, one
reveal
more,
where
one
that
more, come on.
operator is posted as well.
One more, come on.
Nicely done from them despite
बोलो ना हमारा काम ही है होप
frag
देना.
in the round and losing
जी
half
ऐसा
on the
अंदर से
smoke
ऐसा
as well.
दिलासा
Consider,
देता है.
right? Shia
आएगा.
popped at the front of B. Makes it look a little bit
फिर
awkward, but
पिट
3
के
versus 3
जाएगा.
scenario and you start to feel Spike is
Come
down.
on.
Will they manage to
Come
get
on.
the post plant worked? They will. So going into the last round of the half, 5 versus 6, they can definitely look to equalize here.
Especially considering the ultimates at hand as well. Crystal on the Armageddon.
बहुत
PaperX,
बुरा होने
though,
वाला है.
once again, beginning things with huge rubble control. All
Yeah.
4 pushing down.
A little bit
Back
more
हो जाओ
forward than
बाबा.
we've seen from them in the last couple of rounds too. So you'll leave something to play potentially by himself and get a little bit of a rotate on because the Arc Rose has just confirmed a bit of presence around the mound. And this is Global Esports looking to get into the C site earlier. There's no dimensional drift for something. There's no thorns anymore around the site either, and no steel garden for device. So you're really playing on the back of maybe a combination of Nightfall and Showstopper.
Waterfall.
Divide playing super far back as well. Second Thorn's tripped, but he has no idea.
Yeah, he doesn't know that they're in the site, does he? Starting to reposition. Arc Rose was just destroyed back towards mound.
Nightfall retake play? That's
yeah,
it?
I think so. It's got to be the Nightfall. It's got to be the Showstopper. The
Oh,
Global. I
right.
mean, they could
Oh,
potentially
right.
try to remove a member
No,
before
no,
the
no,
spike
no,
goes
no,
down.
no,
I was
no,
just
no.
talking about them needing to do something like
Use
this.
util.
Oh boy,
Use
Udotan
util.
playing with the op around mount as well. The Nightfall will go through though to fight for the double kill, but that's Udotan now. Showstopper kind of whipping as well, but the wall bank shots from Jing. He's got walls. Off to the next one though, it's Crystal with the Armageddon, but as it goes out,
500 लोग अभी उधर है, क्या करेगा भाई?
Timing, just Udotan and he's alone.
ठीक है, वही बोला ना, थोड़ा hope देना लगता है. ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि chance है, but नहीं.
7-5 at the end of the first half.
I like Mango. That is a good fruit. 7-5 though for PaperX. They're able to win that one on a retake. Pretty good. The rocket goes wayward, but I mean, I think this is probably my most common statement now in this video game when I'm casting. Stun's a cosmetic. How is he getting that kill through the wall? Stunned. They're cosmetic, man. It does not matter.
It doesn't matter if you have the skill to to shake it off.
5-7. This is workable for the likes of Global Esports, but it makes me wonder, it makes me ponder, are we going to see a closeout like the last map where it was just a flawless attack to end things up for PaperX? I don't get the vibe. I think we're seeing a little bit more from Global Esports here in their
right here.
positioning and
You
in
see
their
this part?
trackability in the last
This
couple of rounds just then.
इधर दर्द होता है.
But I mean, it definitely can, you know, have a bad start on the switch up here, and it can spiral. So anything is kind of possible.
Anything can happen. As with Valorant, as with VCT, well, just taking a look at past statistics, PaperX's last game against DFM last week, they only had 3 rounds on the attack Komodo. They had the first 2, but after that, they lost 5 in a row to DFM.
Yep. And then we all know how Pearl
that happened as
ended
well
in that series.
It's a quick refresh of memory. So certainly with that image now in people's minds, could maybe see this go into a map 3, depending on how Global takes it as well.
Bro.
I mean, the biggest thing for me that I remember on the DFM versus PaperX game on Lotus, right, was on that attacking side, we saw some great consistency from Devi and from Something. The rest of the team had like 1 or 2 kills each. It was pretty abysmal, but then they flipped it over on a defense, and PaperX looked, you know, I mean, they started on defense, they looked a lot stronger, right? So now going back onto this attacking side, are we going to see somebody for PaperX just kind of be the captain to steer the ship? Or are we going to see Global pick and prod around the map and figure out, you know, any stragglers or any trade superiority?
At this point, I don't know.
We'd love to see something. But, well, I mean the player. But currently, I think it's Devi finding a sheriff shot onto Crystal, who has to fall back.
Now we get into just the mid-rounding of this one, and what PaperX are going to be able to figure out utility-wise. A bit of a trap play on the back of this camera and flash, but you can't do anything in terms of kills here. It's just to stave off PaperX from any aggression, get them to draw out some of the utility, which, to be fair, the paint shells being brought out by Jing works good for Global. They don't have to contend with that.
It's okay,
मार दे.
Some
Nice.
utility traded out, namely the paranoia as well, but right now PaperX
Nice.
still looking to
Close.
That said though,
Judo back.
He's anchoring down the site. 2 kills found, and he's looking for a third as well. Jing narrowly dodging
Just
out with his life intact.
spread out.
Kelly
Pीछे
has
से
been
नहीं, पीछे से
looking
नहीं.
for potential flank around. PRX looking
Kelly,
for
watch your back. Kelly, watch your
alternate
back.
routes across the map.
No,
Maybe
no,
back
no.
into the
Nice.
A side
Nice,
where
Darion.
Kelly S is still hiding
Nice,
in the
Kelly.
wing. Darion now for the next kill.
Nice.
Swings out then Kelly S for the first.
Nice.
Crystal
Let's
to trade.
go.
Crystal
Finally.
picked up by Global Esports.
Yeah, their first one of the series as well.
First pistol of the night.
Going in the way of PRX in map number 1.
First pistol of the night.
This one going to PRX as well. But then it's always been that
First
second
pistol
round
of the
that
night.
you kind of consider. Would Global Esports manage to answer back with the force up at the Stingers or not?
अरे हवन ववन वास्तु जर्सी सब बदल देंगे भाई जीत जाए आज
Should tie things up 7 apiece before we get the guns.
सब कर देंगे आज जीतना है बस आज जीतना है.
You just said don't be scary. Like the player?
No, we want him to be like scary.
I know.
He was good.
You're saying you don't want Forsaken to be like scary.
Don't be scared. I think more importantly right now, Darion not scared to take it all. Dispatching of Forsaken first.
निकल ले
He first fell in the last round, first falling in
Nice,
this one
nice.
as well, and it should
No,
be
no, no, no,
Fury
no, no,
here
no.
for
They got
Global
guns.
Esports
Hey,
side.
they got sight.
Until
Go
though,
faster,
Jing
go faster.
diving in with the Bucky
Go
will
faster.
take a
Go
kill
faster.
down. Bulldog picked up, looking for some suppressive fire to allow his teammates to possibly get the spike down. Petman
Yeah, happy with that.
will do that. Bulldog
Faster,
swapped
faster,
on over.
faster.
And Jing to
More faster,
try to
time.
play around these tight corners with the Bucky still. Something though, attempting at peaks. Got the fake out with some footsteps over. And PRX just dwindling around, dawdling around, just around
Time.
these corners in case
Time.
begin to flood in. Patman finds the first shot, but instantly traded by a
Time.
stinger. Now just Jing.
It's
He's got
last
one
player
kill on the Bucky
standing.
so far, but unfortunately the paint
Nice.
shells in his face with Crystal jumping up on top as well.
It should have been
Global with some damage to
a lot cleaner than that, but I'll take it.
It's always a scenario in the heat of those moments as well that a lot of players don't vertically look
Oh,
up
oh.
into the boxes and they get taken down from above. But
मला मराठी part करते,
aspect
but
there, the most
don't make me speak in
straightforward
Marathi. I'm
lots
very
of damage
stressed,
done.
re baba.
Yeah, they lose 3 members in the piece, so that'll have a bit of impact going into
Very,
towards
very
this next
stressed, re
round.
baba.
It'll be the bonus round for them.
क्या मारा रे जिंग.
We'll see what that does kind of look like for PRX
Expensive
now on
stuff.
this attacking side.
Bro, we
They
should
are
play
able
stingers
to,
only now, I
you know,
think.
win the round that they should be winning, quote unquote.
Yeah, poised to
Very
potentially take
good.
a couple more
Play
rounds,
stinger,
especially with the
win.
economy not too healthy on the side of Global. But that said, yeah, you do have some stingers and weaker weaponry onto the side of PRX as well. Jing possibly looking to dive onto
Watch,
players
watch, watch,
again.
watch, watch,
Also
watch.
mound
Both side,
control
Raju.
from Global Esports.
No,
Got the
यही नहीं होना
aftershock being
था.
sent through, but look at Defy. Quick with the burst onto 2 kills by Pillar, and that could give him the pinch around the door as well. He preps the button. He does
Nice.
get the third.
Back हो जा, back हो जा,
Quickly
back हो
traded
जा.
by Kelly S. Crystal and the rest of them also looking to flood back into the B site
ठीक
for
है.
some safety net, but still Forsaken.
ठीक
quick
है,
on the
decent.
draw.
Decent one. Economy उनकी काफी damage हुई है.
Gaming to come through from PRX, but they certainly were looking to turn up the pace in terms of all of those duels around the
I'll
map.
take it.
I mean, mound control. I'm looking at you know, Forsaken potentially.
Yeah,
dying to the
double
up
kill by
stroke
Davai
next on
really
his
hurt
way.
us.
You saw him pull out just before the switch of the Observer. You know, the paranoia, but quickly Shrouder steps away and is
ठीक
still
है,
able to
decent
suppress the
bonus.
team, and then eventually, you know, PRX
Could have been
get
better,
clean
but
up.
decent.
So those are the rounds that you just need to weather
Come.
and play in amongst the chaos there. And for PRX, they will reclaim the lead
250 लोग
here.
सी पे बोल दिया ना call.
But will they be expecting the operator for Darion? Nobody up through the guts of mid.
Oh,
That's
they're just
good information for
W
Global.
gaming, nice.
And now they should know.
Just
that
back off,
PRX
back
got
off, back
in
off, back
towards
off,
this
back off.
C site.
Back off,
Set up
back
for
off, keep backing off.
Yeah, Yudo
Keep
Tan
backing off or
backing
2 can
all
die.
the way far off as well. Jing, a lot of space taken up around Hall now, and that allows them to put this one way up. Another smoke up towards Waterfall as well.
Rolling Thunder for Kelly S could be quite pivotal here.
Gets into range. He's looking to deploy at the
Utils,
right time for the rest of the team
utils.
to then
Nice.
be the catalyst to push on through. Darion with the first shot, something getting taken out. The rest of PRX though vacating the site to try to play
Nice.
around Mound instead. Paint shell sent over as well,
Nice.
but Aftershock taking Jing out of the equation. Now PRX
All
are
around,
quickly
nice.
smoked off. They need to find the kill around the
Ay,
defuse.
ay, ay.
Just that, but still Global Esports with the numbers looking to
No,
dominate
thank
and
God.
push on through.
Very
We have
expensive
found
round.
Some semblance of
Jeete,
global
but very
domination
expensive.
in round 15.
I don't know if I call that one domination. That was very hairy at the tail end of that one there, Quack. I mean, the trades that
economy
started coming out,
की
Jing did get caught
bum
in
bum
the
बोले हो गई
aftershock,
भाई.
tag on towards his body when he's trying to get out those paint shells as well and just couldn't disconnect from all of the action. I mean, it's always a risky thing to try
Round
and go
important
for
था,
a
but-
full mound post-plant control situation.
Round
PRX,
important
I mean,
था.
they put it on the back of Forsaken to try and win that one, but Yudo Tan just
Round
there
जरूरी
with the
था.
trades from above time and time again. And we will equalize up once more.
Round
Global
zaruri
will
tha.
reset the economy of PRX, who have an option
Come
to
on,
do something
guys.
funny yet again here with what they go into this round with.
Darion niche, Darion niche, Darion niche.
Garden,
हाँ, wait,
Nightfall.
wait, wait,
You lose one of
wait,
those if Darion
wait,
keeps on
wait,
creeping.
wait. Darion!
Oh! Drop Jing with a bucky again, too.
Good kiss there.
This time in towards A-Link, where with a bucky in the spot, you know, Poppy and the likes of Kelly's, they're going to have to think twice before pushing into this area.
But that's a good paranoia.
It hits, but you're not going to peek into it. How could you, knowing that there could be a bucky on the other side? And now Kelly's unfortunately getting taken out by that op, picked up by Davai as well. Just Yudotan, who is really in any good position to do something, but he's smoked off as well.
I mean, as long as Davai is keeping this operator into the next round, it does not matter who dies for PRX here. If they steal away any of the guns that had fallen onto the floor, okay, you want that player surviving. But it kind of doesn't matter anymore. PRX are just going to be answering back into this round. Maybe ending it with a flawless. I mean, the Hunter's a little bit on towards Yudotan because the credits are absent for Global. Any escape kill here will hurt. But I don't think they're going to happen unless Forsaken gets him. No,
nice.
It's okay. So not flawless in a complete sense for PRX, but the way that the round essentially should have gone there. They did it flawlessly, right? The investment of the Nightfall, just getting in towards that site, getting the shot onto Darion, looking, I think, unscoped at that current time, right? And then the Bucky here just straight towards
ये दो
Crystal
थोड़े
Face.
W gaming वाले
Both teams having some instances where they do kind of push out a little bit too far at certain times, but nonetheless, this is going to be now PRX 9-8. That was a little bit of a thrifty round, by the way. Global Esports now with a slightly weaker weaponry.
Gotta get all this information, gotta answer back. You can't do anything on this combo utility.
मत करो,
Can you?
मत करो,
Off to the shorty.
मत
Yudotan
करो.
has arrived as well now, but he doesn't quite have the angles just yet. Looking for the spray transfers, but it's just Jing with the Bucky. He's found 3 kills. Crystal, though, Sheriff shot. And now the drone. Davai has been suppressed, but all he needs to do is to just lock down this angle.
They can just run. They can just run to the C site. There's nobody home to welcome them with milk and cookies. They can just set up, kick back and relax.
And pick up an ARB. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, get Jing closer towards this showstopper with a plant. He's one away. Crystal, though, an opportunity, if he can find a 1 versus 1, to make this somewhat doable. Salvo's online. And Armageddon, maybe?
You could, like, flood the whole site with that entire kit. Maybe.
Yeah, but...
You know there's an op in play potentially as well, but well, yeah, okay, Jing's got the Phantom now, the angle. That's just pink mist from Davai. Quickly finding it.
Double digits for PRX, and I'm really excited to see this replay for Jing. It's just
3K
dancing around with the Bucky.
We had a Bucky ace from Mr. Fallen and EMEA, and now we've got Jing doing these things. Oh, they were all flashed.
Yeah. I mean, you look at all the utility that came through from Global Esports in the beginning.
I mean, obviously we are flashed.
Drift, you got a fault line, you got flashes and everything, but I think it's the counter utility from PRX that makes that one a little bit better. And now we're in a sort of scenario where if this gun round goes awry for Global Esports, you got to remember and cast.
Yeah, if we lose this gun round.
Both timeouts early in the first half.
No, bro. Smoke में मरे जा रहे हम लोग.
Timeoutless Global Esports. Can they find a way back into this game? It's a 4v5 in this current round.
And your Sentinel player is now down as well, so there is an open option for PRX to find around the map to just get in free of charge.
Right, weaker hold across the sites, and well, PRX goes for the call into B, where it is open. You've got Jing now watching the angles towards A-Link as well. The back of B also blocked off. Kelly's was attempting something at the very least, but now no longer able. Crystal.
And now we eco, it goes 12, and then...
Gotta save.
Could be GG.
You do not have the money to be splashing in on this game as
like
Global.
I said.
It's just going to be
Hope दिखाते हैं.
Impactful scenario by
कुत्ता बन
PRX
जाते हैं.
that really looks to put Global 6 feet under, doesn't it? This will be 11 for PRX, and you got to consider, do we force on the back of these 2 guns as Global, or do we half buy to potentially have a full buy and push us into overtime? These situations in any game are usually quite hurtful. But when you add on the fact, Quack, that if Global won this series, they'd be in playoffs for the first time ever. Kind of hurts a little bit more, right? This is the culmination of the losses in the previous series now that they are put in this scenario.
Yeah.
Well, consolation frag for Crystal at the very least, but you are absolutely right, Komodo. 11-8. At this point, Global, they're going to begin to feel like they just have to keep buying up. They're just going to have to scrounge up the best buy that they've got together.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Dinos, they've just gone global.
Yeah, I mean, we've really seen just consistency after consistency from nearly every series from Jing, right? And he's just doing it again, making sure that he's getting involved in a lot of these duels, winning them significantly.
Picking up slack where, you know, maybe something might not be performing too hot.
I mean, something has not made it quiet that he doesn't really favor the Yoru, for example. It's still really learning.
Right now, at least, though.
Nice.
Okay, getting taken out really quickly, but right there, it's going to be Forsaken, his brother, right off alongside him. With that, then a little bit more space into this A site, the smokes to block off a link. Heaven, though, then is open, but Forsaken just uses that as an opportunity. Swings out, 2 more kills, looks for the last, and he picks up the 4K.
I mean, you could see the idea on the back of Crystal's mind there as well, holding out the Armageddon, ready for the team to flood, but just not expecting just the absolute charge that Forsaken brings into it. He now as well will meet with 20 kills. There's 3 members of PRX that have 20 kills on the map. And 2 of them haven't even achieved 10 yet. Sometimes it is an effort by committee. Sometimes it's just a full house affair.
1 round away.
And it looks like PRX, I mean, they've just got a read on the deck.
Fully locked in, primed to take this map down. Global
X-Gen
Esports
Shivan, that's not how the league works, but sure.
The ropes. Do they have it in them to punch and swing back? Oh, instant TP from Forsaken.
Cheeky. Real cheeky. Crystal, how are the cogs turning in your head in this current juncture?
They're still
not going to expect it. We're going to get hit from behind.
Darian, watching the off angle. Clone broken.
We're going to get hit from behind.
Forsaken now.
Kelly is going to be
expect the flash to come through in this scenario. It's Kelly S. Ever expect that.
It's over.
That's just Kelly S put in the body bag. Now PRX flooding up front. The full march forwards into the site.
GG.
Okay.
Yudotan not bad on a bit of a refrag off towards Heaven, but that
is where you pivot. That is where you pivot as PRX towards the B site. No one else is there currently. You did just see Yudotan in a reposition from Papi.
Yudotan quick to Heaven. But so far, none of the PRX players visible. Paranoia as well, but it's just Jing on the site. Devi has an op as well, which isn't necessarily the best tool. He doesn't have the utility placed down. Smokes out now from Poppy to get the spike stuck to possibly halfway. The swing from something not effective. Oh, and the angle for Devi not the most favorable either. A good quad kill from Yudotan to bring Global back to life.
I mean, when Papi puts the dark cover on that spike, he doesn't need to move, so the Thorns aren't really going to do anything in that sort of scenario. Yudotan to just stand tall.
1 round.
He
really need to do that
dig deep. I mean,
3 more times, 4 more times, 5 more times.
Like he was almost completely absent in that map. So we definitely needed to see a bit of a step up from him. Coming out with a 4K like that is great. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to have to probably see it done again. GE. It was 4 chances that PRX had to close out this map. Now it's 3, so at least afforded some more length in this map.
Confidence with the op as well from Darian, but not quite landing the shot now. Instant TP's out. Seaside has been completely open by something on this dimensional drift.
Scoping out the opposition. Nobody here outside Gravel, and this is where they can start to set themselves up in a pretty decent post plant. Kelly S 1 away from the Rolling Thunder, but apart from that, Global, it's just big old dry duels.
Yeah, not too much on the util arena as well. Crystal perhaps if the Salvos come back alive, but right now something is a ghost and he's haunting the heck out of them. Nightfall sent over, Petman trying to drag them down into the depths, but Darian to bring some light to his team. The op shot fired over, something holding the angle. Jing now from Waterfall on an off angle, but the shot's not quite connecting for him. Just a Vi. David looks for the flicks, he gets the spray transfer at the end. The clutch with wings brought to you by Red Bull at the end of it all, but nonetheless, the map closed out at 13-9.
And that means that PRX will be making it into the playoffs. They will not go down in total defeat in VCT Pacific. Yes, it took them a bloody marathon to get here, but they made sure they had their rests. They made sure that they had their preps ready, and they do indeed make it into the playoffs.
And it certainly looks like they have been evolving as well, Komodo. That said, though, for Global Esports, certainly commiserations to them. They've had a bit of a tough run, tough issues plaguing them all around, but they still managed to stand tall. Yudotan shaking off some of the nerves from the first map, and that said, they've also shown some good ideas as well. They've managed to swing some great thrifties, great force buys off the pistol losses too.
Yeah, I mean, there were just some actual rounds that they were able to win in that map, wasn't there? But a lot of the time, right, PRX were there to just get real dirty in towards the mix. A good game, well played for Global Esports, applauses all round. But I know a lot of people, you know, big fans of PRX. Everyone's been questioning how are they looking. Are they looking the weakest they ever had? Well, does this answer some questions? You know, it's a step in the right direction, right? They're getting towards playoffs with Patman in the mix as well. And, you know, Tens will be happy, right? He wanted them to get the win, right? You know?
Yeah, I can imagine right across this stage right now. But yes, PRX. I mean, they've had some highs, they've had some lows, and right now, beginning to come back up to a high. Certainly has been a bit more of a riveting, more convincing performance this week. No longer do we see them going the distance into map 3.
Yeah, I mean,
this was
fight off the curse of the map number 1, right? Split 13-5, close that one out 13-9. Those are pretty good performances.
But that's it. We'll see what they have to say of the winners interview.
Oh, hi, sorry, Darian. hello. Hi, Alex. If I could have Patman join me for his first ever Pacific interview. Play here. 페이퍼렉스의 팬맨 선수 인터뷰 만나보겠습니다. 알파 그룹의 마지막 플레이오프 진출권은 페이퍼렉스가 오늘 가져가게 됐는데요. 팬맨 선수가 합류하고 나서 가는 첫 플레이오프인 만큼 오늘 경기 소감이랑 진출 소감 한번 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Oh, wow. This is the first playoffs that you will be going to since joining PRX. You guys got the last ticket to the playoffs for Group Alpha. How are you feeling about the match and going to the playoffs?
I'm so glad that we find a spot
No,
for the
Vincent,
playoffs.
sorry.
Actually, we really trained hard for the couple last week.
네, 그런 콜사인이나 단어들에 이렇게 적응하는데 조금은 어려웠지만 이제는 좀 팀원들과 호흡을 잘 맞춰가지고 적응한 것 같다라고 이야기를 했습니다. 안 그래도 가장 듣고 싶었던 게 워낙 탄탄한 인기를 이렇게 받고 있는 페이퍼렉스기에 거기에 적응하는 것도 부담이 많이 됐을 텐데 또 플레이오프의 여정이 순조롭진 않았거든요. 그런 부담감을 좀 어떻게 이겨냈는지 한번 물어보도록 하겠습니다. I did want to ask you, since joining PRX, such a love team, that must have been enough pressure on its own. But then to get used to such a tightly knit team when the journey wasn't the smoothest, how was that like? How did you overcome it?
Thank you.
Of course, like, what did I say from the past interview? Like, I didn't expect to become part of PRX, and there's like too much pressure on me as well. But what I just like mindset is that there's no time to be scared. There's no time to be shy, and I'm playing with one of the best, so it means I'm also one of the best.
Yeah, I love that. I love that energy. 처음에 이전에도 예전에 프레스 인터뷰에 언급을 했듯이 제가 팬맨 선수가 페이퍼렉스의 일원이 될 거라고 상상을 못했다고 이야기를 했는데요. 하지만 이렇게 두렵고 어떡하지 발동동하는 것보다 이렇게 최고의 선수들과 함께라는 건 나도 최고라는 뜻이 아닌가라고 생각하면서 적응하면서 이겨내고 있다고 했습니다. 근데 또 이야기를 들어보니까 팬맨 선수가 스테이지 1 퍼시픽에 합류하게 되면서
I don't want the same result in stage 2, guys. I don't want the same result in stage 2. बस हो गया. Yeah. Not going to have the same result in stage 2. This just got 100 times harder. Time to make some changes. कुछ तो बदलना पड़ेगा. Same चीज तो कर नहीं सकते. Yeah, this is a very, very, very difficult situation that we were in. We're going to have to make some changes. Yeah. It's not ke haare. Bro, this is esports. हार जीत होने वाली है. I'm not upset के हारे. जिस तरीके से हारे. And the fact that there are games that we should have won, that we could have won. Yeah. This is not okay. It's absolutely not okay. Mohammad Wafi, thank you so much for the 100 super chat. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone that's on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to continue this on Twitch. You can click the link in the pinned chat.